Restreamer active.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a very special edition of This Week in Nectar. Tonight we've got on a star-studded cast. In the first hour, we have on the proprietor, the owner, the operator of Bitwave.tv. You know him as one of the strongest A-logs of Ethan Ralph that's ever existed. Some of the funniest moments have come out of Ralph's interactions with this man. We have him on live tonight. It is Dispatch. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
What up, PPP? Going pretty fucking great, man. Not too bad. Never gonna, pass up on an opportunity to shit on Ethan Ralph. So, looking forward to this, man.
That's what I fucking love to hear, buddy. We got a high energy fucking Xander here. This is the new and improved, what I like to call Xander 2.0. Somehow they rebooted the operating system on Xander and hard coded in some intense fucking systems now where his voice doesn't sound as soy and he has a high level of confidence and charisma. He's now a king and a Chad. Xander 2.0.
I'd say
and
there's a
very
few patches along the way.
Yeah, what estimated version of Dispatch would we be on now?
The alpha version for sure.
The alpha version. Well, Xander, have you fucking seen Ethan Ralph's Story Fire clip?
I saw a little bit of it. I have not seen the entire thing yet. I got about halfway through before just downloading it. And it's true to its name. Fire is right from what I saw.
It's some incredible fucking video. I think a lot of people might have already saw it who are in the know, who are, dedicated A-logs who, don't work jobs and spend 24 hours a day shitting on Ethan Ralph. And those men are heroes. But for the general audience here who's yet to see it, we're going to play the clip in its entirety. And we're going to commentate over it. That's how we're going to start this show. And then we're going to get into some of Xander's incredible stories from the past. We're going to talk about the current situation. We're even going to talk a little bit about the Lemon Emperor and the scam that is this very website, Dlive. So expect us to get banned. And if we get banned, Xander, what can they do?
You guys can head on over to bitwave.tv where we are also simultaneously streaming this thanks to the built-in restreamer over there. And if this channel goes down on Dlive, ain't no thing. We got it all the way covered at Bitwave, and that ain't going down for jack shit.
That's fucking right. And in the second hour, the exciting second hour, when we hit maybe 11 o'clock, we're going to have on Ethan Ralph's father. Now, a lot of you are saying, what? Ethan Ralph's father, Ronnie, is dead. Well, guys, it's turned out that what we suspected for a long time is true, that Ronnie Ralph faked his death because he was ashamed of his son as part of an insurance scam, and he's now living in a trailer park in Peterborough, Ontario. So we're going to have an interview with him in just an hour's time, so stay tuned for that. Very exciting stuff here. We got Ronnie on, bombshell announcement. But Xander, can you cue the clip for us? Let's get into this.
All right, let's go ahead and hop on over to that clip. So I got it pulled up right here from the Story Fire, hot off the press. It's about 10 minutes long. You want to pull it up on your side as well and just 3, 2, 1 it?
Give me one quick second and I'll get it pulled up. Story Fire, DC Days. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, play.
Either it is incredibly low or this did not download with sound. Alright, it didn't download with sound, so we're going plan B. We're going right off the site.
Did it not download the sound?
It did not. It got video
okay,
only.
Go right off the site.
Yeah.
This is the thing. We're supposed to have the fucking wizard of the internet, the fucking tech god of Bitwave.tv. And Xander, we're trying to shill Bitwave a little bit here, and I think people's confidence in you as owner and proprietor of Bitwave is waning.
Well, I was working on limited time with this one. It was just released 3 hours ago, so I mean, shit, I tried grabbing what I could.
All right, let's bring this back. Hopefully we don't hear coming out of my speakers the audio of this shit.
All right, take two then.
All right, I'm 3, 2, 1, let's go.
What is my problem? I'm on the way to DC. Is this me trying to do some story fire shit? I think it is.
If you kill us because
No, this is perfectly okay. I have my hand on the wheel. Shut the fuck up. Wow, that looks blazed, doesn't it? Headed down the highway.
He's showing a lot of respect to his new girlfriend.
Okay, whatever. Hello, Faith. What? You better smile, motherfucker. Yeah?
I hate myself.
So pause it.
Smile.
Pause it here at 32 seconds in.
All right.
We can see here at 32 seconds in.
You're going to be...
that she
hold
ha-
on. I have to grab the desktop audio, so you're going to be echoing for a second. You're good now.
Okay. So at 32 seconds, we can see clearly that she has a Jack Skellington earring from The Nightmare Before Christmas, which doesn't really seem to help the case that she's a very mature, grown adult who's capable of making her own decisions.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Look at
Yeah.
this. It's
This has just got uncomfortable written all over it for me. I'm not going to lie. Like, dude is like, what, twice her age?
Yeah. I mean, basically, he's 34, she's 18. It's basically double the age. She also appears to have taken the zipper off a pair of Levi jeans and attached it to her earlobe as well. Now, like, this is supposed to be this hot 18-year-old bombshell. But if you look at her chin, it's more masculine, I think, than mine. And, like, there's all sorts of fucking acne. There's, like, just fucking terrible blackheads, and just the overall complexion of her is just terrible. I don't even think she's done any makeup.
I mean,
Her eyebrows are...
to be fair, I mean, like, it doesn't seem like she's got the best photographer over here, you know, distracted driving while also simultaneously trying to get the glamour shots over here while sticking the camera right up down the fucking chin like this. I mean, dude, like, way to make a fucking, like, just make your GF look embarrassing as all fuck.
But boys, we're only 32 seconds into this video. It just gets worse and worse. We're about to get a close-up in a few seconds here of her meth teeth. Ralph here is going to encourage her to smile, to try and own A-logs and the haters. But, you know, it's not really going to work out because her teeth are fucked. So let's all hit play here in 3, 2, 1, and continue.
Alright, I'll stop now before we die. I'm gonna do a lot of shit in DC, and I'm gonna film some of it.
So if we can bring that back, if you've already played it, can we bring it back to, let me see what the time code would be here. What's it going to be?
I got it. 37 or something.
37 something. So there, those are the fucking teeth there, folks. Look at how sharp each of the teeth are. Look at them. They're like fucking animal teeth. And they're stained like a gray and also like a piss yellow, which Josh, who I guess has a lot of experience with crystal meth, has indicated these are meth teeth. I wouldn't be surprised since her ex-boyfriend there was a meth dealer. So,
Ooh, whoa.
yeah.
All right. I hadn't heard that one yet. I knew he had some interesting history, but I didn't know to that degree.
No, and in this particular still image that we've captured here, incredible image, you can just see this, like, just reminds me of almost like a pig, like the way that it's like a pig snorting or something like this. These glasses are super unflattering on her fucking face. They're like Walmart fucking dollar store glasses that she's probably had for the last 8 years straight. And it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look for his child bride. Xander, do you have anything to add?
It's just
Apparently,
all around bad optics. Like, literally, like, looking at it, it's like painful optics. And then also whatever Ralph is doing here as well is just awful. But I gotta really hand it to what is this, like Streamfire or something? Like, the quality on this video is really, really good. Like, that's the one. It is 2 HD, to be honest, to a degree. But man, I'm looking at this and it's just, I'm impressed by the quality alone.
well, it seems as though it's definitely a higher quality than you're going to see on BitChute. I'll tell you that for fucking sure.
Or even on his show alone.
Yeah, it sure is. So we're at 37 seconds, and I don't know if we're having audio issues or not. Xander is the wizard. Some people in chat are complaining I'm echoing or whatever the fuck.
I
I
think I
don't
got
know.
you
I'm
fixed
speaking.
now. I took you out of my mix and separated them out. But I
All
mean,
right.
you echoing kind of seems fitting to me. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, it is. It is what it fucking is.
Yes, you are. Oh well. Whoops.
What's going on?
Probably because of the way I have it routed. But he's in a cave, not fixed. Okay. Well, here. It's either that or I have to balance out the audios. How they're not they weren't complaining before you mentioned it, so it's probably okay.
It's probably fine. I don't know what your chat is saying on Bitwave, but mine's about to spark a full-scale fucking riot of autism. So it is what it is.
Fuck, the standards are high on your Dlive channel, I'll give you that much. They're just saying PPP God over here and completely ignoring. Oh wait, maybe it's because you're echoing and that's why they're saying God.
Yeah,
I realize I could turn up my reverb and we could just go like this, and then it would just be totally fine because now we're both echoing.
fucking based. I'd like to point out on the show for everybody right now that Mr. King of the Internet, Ethan Ralph, is at 612 live viewers. We were at 819. So far in the ratings war, we are crushing Ethan yet again for, I think, the fourth consecutive time. I don't think he's had a win all week. He's actually never beat this program in the ratings. And I just like to point that out, not to brag, because honestly, these numbers are view botted and fucking bullshit anyway. But everybody's numbers on Dlive are. But the reality of it is he brags about his numbers, says he's a big shot, he's successful. But if he's successful on his viewers, then that means we're more successful than him, and that's a tough place for him to be in. All right, is the audio fucking straightened out, or are we're just gonna keep fucking going? We're gonna keep.
We're just gonna keep on going with it because I lost my voice meter virtual cable and I'm working off of just one right now, so it's either that or I'm constantly joggling the mute in OBS.
Oh, that's no big deal. We're now having a look at Storyfire. We're at 37 seconds. Let's hit it in 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'll stop now before we die. I'm gonna do a lot of shit in DC, and I'm gonna film some of it. Woo! You know what I'm talking about.
The
All right, I'll stop here, but we're about to hit Jefferson Davis Highway. Here is the name of this street here in Richmond. Actually, they kicked out the 5G in Richmond too, which is nice. Anyway, Jefferson Davis probably won't be called that much longer. But anyway, headed to DC. I'll check back in later. Storyfire, motherfucker.
Let's pause it
Bates, should
here
we show
at 1:10. I just want to briefly go over the comments that Ethan Ralph just made. So we have him trying to like woo this young girl about how great Richmond is because there's Jefferson Davis Boulevard, and he kind of like juvenile like laughs at it like it's badass and cool that it's Jefferson Davis Boulevard, when in reality it really doesn't matter, but he thinks it's like a no naughty thing, and he thinks he's being a bad boy by pointing it out. And then he's like, oh, there's no 5G, and he thinks that's a selling point, but really it just sounds like he's a schizo to the woman.
Oh,
I imagine.
yeah. I thought he was going the opposite way by trying to say that like he could record this or stream this or whatever with the 5G, but I was kind of hoping more for like some more IRL streams instead of story fires.
No. We're hoping for some actual content from these fucking bums, but all they can do is fucking, do the same shitty show from their fucking amazing studio that's fucking set up with carpets from Walmart on the wall, and a $4,000 camera that's, captures every aspect of his disgusting, grotesque physique. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some good shit.
I'm hoping. Want
right.
to continue on from
let's pick it up.
Middle of traffic?
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute 11 seconds. I'm at.
Fucking thrilling content just sitting in traffic. I gotta say, if I was gonna be doing a story about my life and documenting some shit, traffic top one priority. We're going to LA, guys.
what a glamorous fucking life he has, you know?
God.
You know, his meth addict fucking girlfriend with her busted up teeth, her fucking Jack Skellington earrings, sitting in traffic, complaining about the trolls, sitting in traffic. Watch, he's gonna start crying about me in a minute. But,
Oh, I was about to. Yeah, I was about to say we gotta get to that part.
all right, let's hit this at 1 minute and 11 seconds. We're giving this a deep dive examination today. So
Everybody, what I-95 usually looks like here
Sure.
on the way to DC.
Yeah.
you hit play.
Oh my god.
I did.
You
When are they
didn't?
gonna open those fucking
I did.
express lanes?
Where are you at?
We were at express lanes.
Oh my gosh, she just can barely hold herself together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It'll pay off though, since my hair is braided and it'll dry all curly now.
Uh-oh. Va-va-voom! What's your prediction? It said 6:15. Do you think that's really gonna happen?
I'm skeptical of that.
Yeah, me too. But we'll see. I just wanted to film another break here since we're almost parked on the highway. It is moving a little bit now, so I think they said this was a 15-minute delay, though. As you can see, it looks like a fucking 15-minute delay, doesn't it? All right, shout out to that Story Fire gang, gang. Bye. Faith, it has certainly been an eventful day.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be this eventful. Should I turn around and face myself? I don't know how I look here.
Me do it.
I might
so you don't die.
I might cut this out. Can you?
There
is it
we
still
go.
recording?
Here once
Yeah.
again, her teeth are just gross.
I'm
And,
pausing
oh my
around
God,
Ralph
pause it
right
pause it
here.
Pause it
I
here.
just I can't help but not pause around this moment. Because like holy shit, he takes up like legitimately half the frame and it's still not all of his face. I don't even know how it's insane.
His head is so fucking ginormous. I've never seen a man with a head that fucking big. And he's so fucking fat, like the jowls of fat are just fucking rolling off. And his beard is fucking gray. Like he's got gray and silver hair at fucking 34. Like what trash tier genetics are these? Like holy shit, we're gonna have to ask Ronnie about this in about an hour.
It's terrible. He almost looks
But-
he doesn't even look three-dimensional. He's so fat. It's just like a fucking face like texture.
Like, look at this. It's fucking shocking. It's fucking abysmal the way this man looks.
Oh,
How he
please tell me-
walks
oh,
around
we have
town. Like,
half
look, I'm a
speed.
fat motherfucker, you know. I walk around town, you know. I don't quite look as cartoonish as this motherfucker. Like, holy shit, the head on him. The fucking way he moves, like his face, it doesn't look real.
It
looks
does
like he's
not.
like some of Play-Doh. Look at him.
It's like claymation, I swear to God, the way the movement is. And I'm
He
just
goes,
playing.
I heard what PPP said, the fat Canadian. Fuck,
Oh, I'm
right?
playing in slow motion right now. I was just admiring the gun. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No,
let
no
me-
worries. It's staggering.
220 from there. I'll put it back to 1x speed now that I'm done watching the jiggles.
We're at
Alright,
220.
Yeah. And 3.
And 3, 2, 1.
Me do it.
I
so
might
you
cut-
don't die.
I might cut this out. Can you? Is
There
it
we
still
go.
recording?
Yeah.
So, I heard that PPP, fat fuck from Canada, was restreaming on Patreon content just in full, no commentary
pause
whatsoever.
it at
Not that that would make it
2:36.
cool.
It's
Which-
just
which-
fucking crazy.
Which one? Where do we even go from? Oh, like there's so many points of hypocrisy here that unwind in like a 10-second interval. PPP, the fat fuck. I mean,
Look at
fucking pot calling the kettle black. He doesn't even fucking fit in the goddamn car.
You know, like look at him. He's fucking like his fat is like spilling out the fucking sides, and he's doing this super close up of his like clearly like alcoholic like red tinged fucking face with his like disgusting silver fucking beard, his jowls moving grotesquely, trying to say I'm fat and disparage me for being Canadian when he's a redneck piece of trailer trash who lives in the South. Like, whoa, bro. You know, I don't want to throw stones, but fuck. You know, what is he thinking? What is he thinking?
I mean, look, if I was gonna be like overweight and fat, like my first insult to other people is not gonna be one that is glaringly obvious, the same insult that you could throw at me. Like, this is just, it's like, what are you trying to say when you're legitimately in worse condition?
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking terrible. I just don't understand. Like, it's always for him. It's always like they're fat, you know, they're stupid. But like, you're fat and stupid. So I don't know what
He
to
can't
say.
get past the projection insults. I swear, it's everything that bothers him is immediately one of the first insults he's gonna jump to.
Fuck. And it's not that he's normally fat. Like, he's just got like a grizzled hanging flesh, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're never going to get through this. We got to fucking hit play.
All
I'm
right,
at 236.
all right, I'm right there with you.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
really, but not even an attempt to try to claim fair use whatsoever. Just actually restreaming my Patreon content, like, I don't know, 2 hours after I put it up. And the other day I let it go. I was like, all right, they want me to take it down. I let
All
it
right,
go.
pause it
That's
at 2
what they
minutes and
want.
50 seconds. So he's just totally outright lying. So when we put it up on Dlive, not only was it transformative in the sense that there was a picture up on the screen and it was just the audio of his program, but we also talked over it a little bit. We said this is transformative, this is for the purpose of critique, and he took it down anyway. Now, Josh then does the same thing. We make sure to say this is transformative beforehand. We're providing criticism on this. We're showing this for fair use. He takes Josh's down anyway. Then, on top of that, Godwinson doesn't even show the audio. Godwinson doesn't play the audio. He just does his little promo. And 7 minutes in, he gets taken down for cyberbullying. So Ethan Ralph is clearly a flagger. It has fuck all to do with his paywalled content. It's just an excuse. You know, it doesn't matter whether the content is paywalled or it's out in the open. You're flagging people down with DMCA claims, just like Mundane Matt, just like any of these other fuckers that we would criticize, except for some reason this fat, lecherous piece of shit gets to get away with it all, and Janny Jim doesn't descend from high. Janny Jim fucking cleans up for this piece of shit. And so do all the other E-celebs. They all cradle his fucking gunt and lick the fucking grease from his crease. And it's just sad to see.
And I mean, this is one of the like keynote examples of like the biggest criticism I had with him back when like everything started, which was just at the root and base of who he is as a person is he has zero fundamental fucking spine. He is hypocritical. He's rules for thee but not for me. And when it suits him, he's willing to do whatever the fuck it takes for his own benefit. But as soon as someone does it and he doesn't like it, he's gonna call you out on it, which is the most hypocritical thing. And it is obnoxious to see this man getting away with the bullshit that he does and still calling people out the way he is.
But it just gets worse here because he's about to gleefully explain like how proud he is of it and how happy he is that he did it and that he's going to do it again. And people are still enabling him, even though he's going to say, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this again. I'm at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's play that together.
All right, I'm 8 seconds ahead, so I'll start right after that.
All right.
Today, I decided not to let it go, and I had the stream taken down, and I have no regrets about that whatsoever. And I would do it again, 10 times out of 10. I think most of the audience, about 98%, will understand that. There might be a couple who don't.
10 out of 10 would take down again.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would take down again. You know, I don't like doing that, but I told him the other day, you're not just
Bullshit.
there.
That's bullshit. I don't like doing this, but I'm gonna spend all this extra time and effort to take down and submit all these requests. Also, by the way, I got like the owner of BitChute in my DM's pocket right over here, and I'm gonna pull a fucking DMCA over there on BitChute as well to make sure you really can't get your shit back up there. Like, bitch, like how much do you really hate this to be able to pull off that type of bullshit?
You know what I mean? And this motherfucker, you know, there are people out there who are still saying, show me the definitive proof that he flagged. He's literally here saying how proud he is of it. He would do it again, 10 out of 10, would flag again, is the child bride's contribution. And they think it's cool and they think it's great to participate in the censorship of other creators. See, what's fucked up is the government and the powers that be, the authorities, the Jays, whatever you want to say, whatever bullshit. They don't have to even censor us because idiots like this do the work for them. You know, idiots like this flag other people down when they make fun of them, and it establishes a precedent that your speech can be controlled and dictated by fat retards like this. And it's
And
unacceptable.
it's a little
And
funny
it
too,
should,
because like I think that goes into a broader point that we might touch on later. But the same people who are essentially out there like complaining the most about the restrictions on free speech are also the same people that we almost see out here who are also doing their damnedest to prevent you from being able to do whatever you want and have your own freedoms of speech. It's
once again, I've shown
gatekeeping.
tweets of this fucking guy where he's saying, I'm skipping around the New York Times paywall, fuck paywalls. He doesn't care about paywalls. He doesn't care about intellectual property or anything like that. Dame Pesos steals Cenk Uygur's paywalled content. Where's the great outcry about that? There is no fucking great outcry about that because these people don't give a shit about the principles that they sell their audience on. All they give a fuck about is how much they can line their own pockets. And that's why it bothered him and he had to flag it down was because he thought it might hurt his income. But the reality is, anybody who watches my show understands what a piece of shit this man is and wouldn't give him a goddamn red cent or a nickel. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I just, it astounds me to see him going after people like Mundane Matt. And then even so much as to where like he's doing callbacks now. So you know he's still got it on his mind. He's still got like that W there and he's holding tight onto the same reason he got Mundane Matt. So it's not like his opinion has changed. It's not like he's willing to overlook what Mundane Matt has done in the past in favor of his new opinions on you. No, he's just going to flat out still hold it over Mundane Matt's head, call him up illegally, and then also try and tag and take you down, and nobody fucking sees the fucking issue with that.
And also, let's point out, Worski tried and failed to prank call Jarbo 20 times last night. 20 times they called Jarbo at 3 in the fucking morning, trying to get a hold of him. And he never answered because they were so stupid. They tweeted out that they were going to prank call him before they did it. And they're going to do it again tonight. And it's just retarded. These people say that, oh, we're the ones doing gay ops. We're the ones ruining everything. No, the reality is you idiots are the only ones that do gay ops. Everything I do is out in the open. Everything I do is pretty clean and legitimate. These motherfuckers are a disgrace, and they're shady, and they're slimy. And everybody that's associated with them should be ashamed, and they should disavow. It's obvious. But no, they're going to keep fucking Dame is going to keep dunt guarding. Memology 101 is going to keep crying on Kiwi Farms. You know, Dingo is going to keep slurping dunt crease. Rand is going to let this guy fucking shit all over his miscarried child, you know, because they're shameless and this man blackmails them. And that's what people who are new to his organization don't understand is this guy gets a piece of blackmail on you and then he just has you and he fucking controls you and he gets more and more to the point where you can never go against him. So nobody should associate with him. He's a piece of shit. We better get back to playing the clip.
All right. Where are you at in the time?
I'm at 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
3
So
minutes 18, and I am 3:25.
Okay, I'll skip ahead to 3:25, and we'll play it there in 3, 2, 1.
On audio, especially right after I posted, the day that I posted, I'm not gonna let that happen from an enemy of mine sitting there trying to harm my business. I'm not gonna let that happen. And you know, I feel like most people understand that they had no rights to do that whatsoever. Some might not, and that's okay too. They're wrong, but you know, I respect the disagreement on that. But I would do it again, and I would do it again with a smile on my face. So they took him down. Apparently, Josh came in.
He says he'd do it again with a smile on his face. What a sick piece of shit.
I know that I put this out publicly.
Absolutely.
If it was right for him to do this, then it was right for Mundane Matt to do what he did. It was right for fucking Spax 3 to take people's shit down back in the day. And Jim has...
Here's the other thing, too. What Mundane Matt did was arguably lesser than this because he went after you directly, targeted, and took it down with the DMCA as opposed to just flagging within, like, the system. So instead of, like, leaving it up to some moderation panel, DMCA took it from you literally down, targeted. It's worse than what Mundane Matt did.
Yeah. It's shameful. And then here he is crying about my business. He's hurting my business. My God, like as if it's legitimate. Like your whole business is just being a muckraker and a gossiper and spreading lies about other people and trying to shit on them as like a gossiper. Well, guess what, buddy? Now I'm doing the same thing to you. and you cry about it and you bitch and you moan. But the same rules that you use, I apply to you, you know? And he cries about it because he's not used to being treated the way he treats other people. Well, you know, if he followed Jesus' golden rule, this wouldn't have happened to him. That's all I gotta fucking say.
Yeah, he's a victim of his own tactics, and I really can't feel bad for someone at that point.
Yeah. All right, let me see where we're at. I'm at fucking 354.
402.
All right, let me skip ahead to 402, and I'll hit it in 3, 2, 1.
Allow that, and they did it again. And I'm not the only one who protects their Patreon content. Pretty much, I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people on there do. Jesse, what's his name? Jesse BS. I think that's his name. Jesse Bullshit. Isn't that what his name is? I don't remember, but he hosts some show, and he protects his content too. I don't like the guy; he's a loser. But he's right on that count.
That's 24
and,
seconds.
As I said, no
so
regrets.
first of all, he talks like he's some sort of king, like he's some sort of god. Like, I wasn't going to allow that. As though he's the arbiter of what is and isn't allowed to be said anywhere on the internet. As though he can control whether or not people are going to make fun of him or not. That's fucked up to begin with. Then he starts to say, well, Jesse does this. Yeah, well, Jesse's a faggot, and Jesse's a little bitch. And I have zero respect for Jesse. And I think Jesse's a loser who fucked up the Simpspiracy thing from the very beginning and was a goddamn albatross around my fucking neck from day one. That's the fucking reality of Jesse. So just because Jesse does bullshit DMCA flags like he did to Video Game Snake doesn't mean you're justified. Two wrongs don't make a motherfucking right.
But three
so
lefts do.
You. Which?
Three lefts make a right, technically.
Three lefts make a right. In no fucking world did two morally evil, abhorrent wrongs make a righteous fucking maneuver. He's just a piece of shit. And like, it's as though he thinks that Jesse's on my team. Like, I don't bring Jesse on my shows. Why? Because Jesse doesn't deserve any sort of publicity. Because again, Jesse is a total piece of shit who didn't tell me the show I was going on was behind a paywall. Then fucking DMCA'd down people who tried to put up my interview with Jesse. So fuck Jesse. And that's all I really have to say. Anybody who does this flagging shit is a piece of shit because they can't handle the banter. And so far as him trying to protect his business, it's not really a threat to his business because anyone watching my channel ain't giving you no business there, Ethan. Fucking idiot. Anyway,
yeah, and I'm not even too familiar with that story, but yeah, I don't disagree with anything you said there.
Of course not, because it's right. Anybody who disagrees with it would be retarded. So thank God you're fucking here and making sense, Xander. Unlike Ralph and the Gunt Guard who just fucking lick his greasy crease. Anyway.
God, in this close-up, man, every pause I've done so far has been just gross and disgusting.
Like, look at him. He's just a filth. He's just filth. All right. I'm at fucking 424. Where are you at?
430.
Right. Let me move to 430 and we'll play it in 3, 2, 1.
The Jack Rose Dining Saloon. It's gonna be a great night. It was annoying earlier, I ain't gonna lie, but it was swept up very quickly.
All right, pause that. I mean, holy shit. He goes, he's trying to like own the memes. He goes, it was swept up really quickly. Mm-hmm. Like, what a bastard. Like, what a cunt. He knows what he's fucking doing, and he thinks that he's like cool, and then he's owning the A-logs. When really all he does is make himself like more of a slimy fucking scumbag. And one day, Ralph, you'll be swept into the fucking dustbin of history and nobody will fucking remember your name because you're a fucking joke.
Yeah, I mean, shit, fuck, he got what? His YouTube taken down and I thought he was all pro this and that, but turns out, he's just as guilty as trying to remove other people's opinions and thoughts online as the people who took him down were.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just fucking shameful and disgraceful. All right. Let's hit it again, and I'll let him go for a few minutes here. It's just tough to let this guy spew his fucking shit because everything he says is just so fucking wrong and so retarded, and every action he takes is just wrong. The way he interacts with other people is fucking bizarre and weird and cringy. And so yeah. I apologize I mean,
Well,
even
and
at the
to be
screenshot-
fair, like this is the most, I would say, probably like jam-packed section where he's actually addressing and trying to play it off like he's cool and he's in the right about things, and the rest is really just kind of, you know, his whatever trip. So this is
Even
the
the
section that's going to be the
screenshot.
most condensed for pausing, I think.
Yeah, even the screenshot that we paused on here, you can see that his wristwatch is trying to desperately escape his ham hock wrist. You know, the fucking like pig claw that he has for a hand. The fucking watch is trying to burst off. But anyway, let's hit it here at 4 minutes 41. Where are you at in the recording?
4:43. God
Let me
damn
call
ants.
it 4:43. We're out of sync, Xander, but it is what it is. We're getting through. Surfer's here. He's having some fucking crackers, Xander.
Here shortly. You just say it again.
Did you already hit pause or did you already play it?
Red Bulls again. Yeah, let's play it.
All right.
Wilderness Trail, one of my favorites. It's bottled in bond, so 100 proof. I think it's quite nice.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You take clips like that a lot? You take clips like that a lot?
No, I just got put on Storyfire, and I'm trying to do some like different type shit over there. Basically non-kill stream.
Just like a story.
It's like,
Put a story, like Instagram.
yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. Like, well, I mean, it's supposed to be. I don't know. You can put whatever you want on there. Some people put their own stuff.
It's
But,
like if YouTube was Twitter.
all right, here's some of our compatriots here on the trip. The anti-Kiwi Farms Legion of Doom here.
Josh,
What is this before we get into the anti-Kiwi Farms crew that are at the bar?
I've been commenting on every
So this is fucking wild. So I see on the stream we're playing a lot of this shit already. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's
We can go back a little bit if we need to, but it's I don't know
So-
where he grabbed up more miners from. I don't know who they are. Like, it went from
so,
okay
like,
to
this
worse.
is like a tranny, so it's Digibro who's a transsexual and some other fucking like woman trying to make fun of Josh, saying Josh can sleep on their couch if they kiss the tranny's ass. You know, like pretty soon Josh would rather die. Like he's gonna go live in Rwanda than sleep on fucking this tranny's couch. But
I
what
mean, or
found that was so
Serbia.
funny-
I don't know what the fuck he's doing either.
you know, but what was funny to me was like Ralph's fucking child bride trying to explain Storyfire. She's like, it's like if YouTube was like for Twitter. It was like the most airheaded fucking way of explaining something you could possibly come up with. It just, I don't know. But this whole fucking scene at the bar, like all these people are like clearly mentally ill, clearly fucked up in the mind. And these are the people that, well, the one's a transsexual, the other one's the sexual partner of a transsexual, and the other one's like some ugly cunt. So in my opinion, yes, they're all fucked up, you know?
And I, to be honest, could not tell you which one was which at this point.
No, you really can't. You really fucking can't. But it is what it is. We'll keep playing it. We'll get through this fucking video clip. Where are you at? 540 or so?
I'm at 536.
536. All right. In 3, 2, 1, play.
every single one of your streams. Yo, I have a couch. You can sleep there. I love free speech.
You just have to let us kick your ass.
Little
That's all.
bitch. Make a friend for yourself.
What were you saying?
He said you just have to kick. Don't record it now.
like that.
Yeah, he will. He would definitely like that. All right. All right, I'm doing a Storyfire video. I don't think we took anything last night. I don't know why.
We took a little bit, but not a lot.
We didn't take a lot of footage last night. I wonder why that could be. Why we didn't take a lot of footage last night.
Does anybody even know who these people are?
No.
Like, who are these? Who are these fucking people?
Also, like, at the start of this clip, so I've been watching way too many DSP streams because of the DSP restreamers, and, like, the one thing that I, like, caught on to is, like, how much of a gross sound the grunts, like, the that DSP does the entire time. And, like, I think we were talking earlier about how, like, Ralph is kind of like amalgamation of DSP and some other shitheads, but like when he was doing those grunts, I couldn't tell you whether or not that was Ralph or DSP grunting right there.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird, man. It's some sort of weird hybrid, but I don't know who these guys are. And like is that a pride flag in the right-hand corner, or what is that on the wall? What is that?
You know, it's a good question.
I don't think it's a pride flag, but it's some weird fucking flag.
I don't even recognize that.
Oh,
It's
here
got,
it
like-
is. It's some sort of, oh shit, I think it's like some sort of Bavarian flag or something like this. But yeah, we'll keep playing it.
Someone said Spain. It's a Spanish flag.
Oh, is it the Spanish flag? I didn't
What?
realize it had that fucking coat of arms on it. See that there?
Yeah, well, 5 people said Spain, so I'm thinking that that's correct.
All right. Let's get through this clip and then we'll get into some of your stuff, Xander. We'll go over some of your stories and shit like this. But let's get through this clip. We'll
All right.
probably play it through to the end here, and then we'll give our thoughts.
All right, I'm at 609.
Oh my God. Uh-oh. Here's the Mississippi dog that you don't know the lore about.
You look so sad now.
Looks like me back in 2017. Oh.
Mississippi dog.
Will he get the pardon? I don't know. We'll see. Let's take some video. I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be making a story fire.
Yeah, I know. I called it story time on accident.
Story time? No, it's not story time. That sounds even gayer than story fire. Actually, I love story fire. What
Pause
did I
this.
mean by
Holy
that?
shit. Oh,
I didn't-
fuck. Can you
Okay.
imagine being that fucking dog? Like the look in that dog's eyes of just like hopelessness and like regret of like Ethan Ralph is outside this cage and like they have this dog in this awful fucking cage.
Where the fuck
just
did you
fuck,
see a
like-
dog? Also, is that CRP?
Who?
Where did you see a dog at?
Gonzalo?
That's what I said. Is that CRP? I legit like paused it, scrubbed. I'm like, that looks like CRP.
Oh fuck. It's not quite Gonzo, but it looked just like him for a second.
I don't know. CRP might be stalking Ralph over here, getting some extra, after-hour footage.
And he might be getting some fucking drone footage going. All right, let's play this through. I just couldn't. The dog thing is just so fucked.
Where did you see a goddamn dog at, though?
It's 6 minutes and like 20 seconds, man. In the cage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's just sad.
You know.
All right. Oh, where are
Fuck.
you at?
All right, play this clip. Let's get this over with.
Okay.
Story time? No, it's not story time. That sounds even gayer than story fire. Actually, I love story fire. What did I mean by that? I didn't mean that joke. I was just. We love the name story fire. I have to clip that out. Sorry, good sir. What is this? What are they playing? Are the Nationals playing today? Who knows? Is this even going to count as a world championship with a 60-game season? I mean, come on. Should they give them like half a World Series trophy or something? I don't know. I'm not sure that should count, but whatever. Oh.
I'm so fucking good at chess.
Mom and Pop. All right, about to eat this fucking pizza. Or something. I said pizza, and Yanni was just like, they have more than pizza.
He's looking for trash burgers.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. We had pizza last night, though, so we'll see. I don't know. I'll let you guys know.
I'm a woman. I'm an E-celeb.
See, told you.
E-celeb and women, that's pretty much the same thing, right? Yeah.
So you're trying to compare yourself to a woman? Is that what you really want to do right now?
I don't know. It was a joke, madam.
Motion detected in Tom.
Discussing the merits of toothpaste.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
I don't think you want to admit to not brushing.
Check this out.
The gun show?
Pro
Can I put that on? How American is this here at Ted's Bulletin? I mean, they have Andy Griffith on the screen. Like, Does it get more bass? Does it get more bass than this? Hello, Epic Department. Oh damn! I didn't expect
Christ.
this. Yeah, I got it on now. I was taking pictures at first, but now
Might have been from Spain.
now I'm filming. Tell us about I Love Lucy.
These two, they're very funny. It's a couple. They're in love.
Yeah.
They're from a time ago, a time gone by.
Time gone by.
Yeah,
But it's here at Ted's Bolden. It's not gone by. It's right here on the screen for us to enjoy. Oh no!
that's just fun.
Holy shit! That's timeless. That's getting rustled.
Genuinely funny.
These.
That's just like.
What the fuck,
Talk about
Ralph?
the new discovery, though.
What the fuck?
The new discovery.
Yeah, I know.
What is he doing?
What is this all about? Vodka cranberry.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
We
letting
like
it
these
play
now.
through to the end before I comment.
We've never had them, but we like these. Put our brains together, decided to drink these.
Oh. What's a good choice?
It's a
I think.
diuretic.
Yeah. It's the healthy choice, I feel.
Very.
It is the healthy. Oh, my finger's over the camera. And I look like shit. But I'm still doing well. Story fire. Oh, we're not supposed to do this. Sorry. Okay symbol is evil now. Sorry. Thumbs up, though. They can't take. What about this one, too? That's the one that's timeless. I
God,
have
that's
to
a
say.
fat finger.
It really is.
Oh, that's how it ends? What?
That's how it ends. So that's the incredible fucking story fire presentation of Ethan Ralph. Few things to note. He's drinking this whiskey that comes in this fancy bottle. He's trying to hype up what an amazing lifestyle he lives. A glass of whiskey only cost $15. This isn't some like really high level like $100 a fucking jigger whiskey or some shit like this. It was $15. It's not anything really special. I mean, that's like double a standard drink. You know what I mean? It's nothing great. And he's like pointing out like his chicken, which looks like it's from Swiss Chalet in Canada or fucking Applebee's in the States. Like nothing special there. Like what a glamorous lifestyle he's living. Then he's like talking about like a cranberry vodka and how he's invented or discovered the vodka cranberry, for fuck's sake. Like just total delusional crap there and like just weird. And like his girlfriend, he starts like telling her to use toothpaste because her teeth have been ruined by meth. So he's like bringing up toothpaste. Like what the fuck? This was just some crazy shit. And who the fuck are these people? Nobody knows who they are. Just these randoms. I guess they're Ralph's friends. But he's like flexing his fat muscle at one point. Like what the fuck?
I'm impressed
Give
that
us
he's
your
managed to
thoughts.
find somebody of equal fatness, but with a completely different build of fat.
Fuck. Look at his eyes here at the end. Like, whoa. He just looked drunk as fuck and just
His head
Just like-
kind of reminds me of like either an eggplant or like a pear in a way. Like it's fatter on the bottom and then it gets really skinny up towards the top. Dude, look at that forehead. Holy shit, that's a giant ass fly head.
I know. It's fucking shocking. It is shocking to witness. All right, Xander, moving on from this. I mean, we could fucking go frame by frame on this for 2 more fucking hours. I swear to God.
Oh,
But
I'm
I wanna
hoping
get-
these story fires keep up because so far this is the best thing I've seen since Miami as far as his IRL life is concerned.
Oh, I know. And as soon as they start going to the IRL content, we shouldn't tell them this, but as soon as they start going to it, that's when their lives start falling apart. So I'm really
Yes.
excited. I'm really excited for this fucking shit. But Xander, we brought you on for some specific reasons. You've had your grievances with Ralph in the past. I just wanted to open up the floor to you to kind of tell a little bit of that history, a little bit of the Stream Me stuff for people who are listening who may not have heard it before.
Oh, is this open ended? Oh fuck. That was a little bit broader than I was expecting. I mean, I used to be a fan of his when I first like found him, and like the whole thing that I found him through was basically all the for getting kicked off of YouTube essentially, and I was kind of investigating that side of things, looking for like other people who were kind of involved with that, mostly other developers, and you know, he just turned out to be like a real piece of shit at the end of it, and really ended up disappointing me as far as like him as a person, and kind of like I felt betrayed or like tricked in a sense, whereas like I thought one thing and then he ends up being like this total asshead and banning me out of his Discord. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like it hasn't gotten any better. He's only proved time and time again to be a piece of shit to all the people around him. And unless you end up like defending him relentlessly, he's not going to do jack shit for you.
Xander, tell us about how he doxed the pay piggies. Is this something that really happened?
Oh yeah. Oh, so this is, oh god, that's like a longer story, but essentially like he used to have these roles for people in his chat, and he would have this little club inside of his chat with Zoom where like if they fucked with people who were his pay pigs inside of his chat, like they would get special image posting privileges or bypassing different things in the Discord. So he was essentially not the one doing the like doxing of his pay pigs, but he was rewarding the activity of harassing and doxing the pay pigs in his Discord because he'd sit around getting drunk and laughing at them in VC while it was happening and watching people react in the Discord. It's sick. You know, why would you fucking do that to like your own fucking fans in your own Discord?
Now, do you have any sort of evidence on hand that would showcase this at all, Xander, or do we just got to take your word for it?
On hand. Oh shit. I do have evidence of that. I have it as far as like Mustard and Zoom saying it, and some of the DMs through there. But I would have to be digging for that one.
Okay.
That would have been a good question to ask beforehand. I don't think I can pull
That's
that
all
one
right.
up as quickly.
See if you can pull it up quickly. If not, I'll move on to the next thing because there's a lot of stuff we want to cover from this era. Because I find a lot of parallels between what happened on Stream Me during this period of time and what's happening on Dlive right now, where Ralph had control of, you know, the moderators, the administrators of Stream Me, and he blackmailed them into banning people. We're going to talk about some of those people, including the restream, is what I'm going to transition into next. But he also doxed his own supporters, his own financial supporters, and fucked them over. And I think it's important for anybody that ever actually supports Ethan Ralph to understand that he doesn't give a shit about you, and he'll sacrifice you up on the altar at the slightest inconvenience to him.
And
And
at the minimum, even if you don't buy in or believe or trust me on that side of the story, at the minimum, you have to understand that there was doxing that occurred, and there was like user like his own pay pigs and supporters information going out there, and he didn't even bother to alert, let his like fans know, to try and give them a heads up, to try and, you know, he did nothing in order to try and mitigate the issue or give people a heads up ahead of time in order to help them with their own OPSEC. Like, he just let it happen and didn't give a single fuck about any of this. So even if you don't believe that he was involved or knew about it, you have to at least acknowledge the fact that he was aware and didn't even bother providing any type of heads up until called out about it in such a broad sense of the whole scheme.
yeah. So tell us about it if you remember. There used to be the Gunt stream on Stream Me, which did a transformative stream of Ethan Ralph's kill stream every single night. And Ethan Ralph had them banned as far as I remember it. Can you give us a little bit more detail on that, Xander, if you remember about that time?
Yeah, so it originally started out with someone completely different than the original, like the people you probably know. But the first guy who did it when he was first there on Stream.me, they got banned basically that night, and it was never really confirmed one way or the other. But knowing how he behaves now with his flagging and his ability and desire to take down people who are stealing his content, so to speak, it's pretty likely that he either made known or made mention of the fact that people were stream sniping him on the platform, and it just happened so coincidentally that channel got removed and banned. And once people started saying something and actually making an issue out of it, that's when, oh yeah, Mel, maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was Stream Me just took that on themselves to go ahead and do that proactively. I don't know if I really believe that or buy that, knowing the fact that he's willing to go after something like you rehosting his Patreon stuff. So I wouldn't be completely
Well, I just put into my Dlive chat a link to the new version of this. The Gunt Retort is doing the same thing on Dlive now. And we'll see if Dlive's administration allows them to restream Ethan Ralph much longer. They're doing it tonight. They have, a solid 100 viewers. Earlier on, before I got on the air, they had about 400. But yeah, they're restreaming it. So if you want to watch Ralph's show for God knows what fucking reason, but not give him any views or support, you can go there and watch the restream because I'm not restreaming it
Not
anymore
like it matters
because
with the
it's
view bots,
fucking hazardous to
anyways.
my health.
Or at least with the sketch ass view count that this is.
So people blame Ethan for the demise of Stream.me. People place all the blame on him for the death of the website. Would you say that that's fair or accurate, Xander, that Ralph is responsible for the death of streaming?
I mean, ultimately, if you boil it down to like a root cause, absolutely. He was the, I guess, like the catalyst for everything happening, you know? If it wasn't for his touch and his presence there and the way he interacted with other users and streamers on the site, it would never have gotten to the point where it was so bad that the owners essentially gave up on that entire place in order to protect their other assets and investments and other sites. He really just kind of brought out the worst in a lot of the members of his own community and a lot of the members of like similar streams, and put people against each other and leveraged things in order to try and advance himself while destroying everything in his touch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fucked up situation. People who are there know and they understand, but it's tough for people who weren't there at that moment in time to understand that this man, through the sheer toxicity of his presence, because of the people that grew up around him, people that fucking hated him, and the people who watched him, the plate gang motherfuckers, all this shit, that eventually Stream Me was fucking destroyed. And you might not say, oh, it was directly as a result of him, but certainly indirectly he was a massive factor in the demise of that website, which a lot of people really enjoyed that website. People to this day still can't get over its death. And they had a lot of fun there and people were making good money there. But Ethan Ralph destroyed it. And Dlive looks like to me the next Stream Me, the next site that he just takes down completely through his cancer. And then Nick Fuentes won't have a platform. Owen Benjamin won't have a platform. People on this website right now, they'll be platformless, and it'll all be this fucking fat drunk retard's fault. And it's a real shame. Um, I just wanted to mention briefly. Do you want to give us a little bit of the story of the infamous Xander? I did not dox him. No, it's not true. It's not true. Do you want to give us a little bit of the story of that, your greatest moment, really?
Yeah, so I gotta think back to this one a little bit for the actual context behind it. But if I remember correctly, this was right when Lord Akira's docs had just magically appeared on 8chan after basically Lord Akira and Ralph had gotten into it via DMs. And the timing on the entire event was oh so perfect, where it was within 20-minute time span, I believe, where this like falling out of one of Ralph's biggest pay pigs, or not biggest, but at least one of his substantial pay pigs who'd been there for a while, is saying basically he had some criticisms of Ralph, and because he had a few criticisms of Ralph and he didn't like him, that somehow his docs just magically appeared on 8chan shortly after, and no one else is going to be able to know that they were DMing and having this little fight inside of their actual Twitter DMs. So the timing of it is extremely suspect. Now, if the matter is like whether it's Ethan Ralph who was the one who actually dropped it, or if Ralph was bitching in some back channel Discord about it and one of the plate gang dropped it as well, like I don't think the details exactly matter on that event. But what was very clear was there was a fight, and within a short period of time, someone got doxxed on 8chan because of it, and essentially it was like, okay, well, if we're going to look at like the scenario here, like you probably doxed him. You probably led to this. You probably encouraged it. And, it's just, how else would this have been so perfectly timed, on top of the fact that you had the access to the information, you had the availability to it, and you were clearly trying to threaten him with something. So that's all I did was I presented that to him, and Ralph was seething about it. He was absolutely livid about the fact that I was saying that he was the one to do it. Because look, maybe he's not the one to do it, and he can morally hold on to the fact that he didn't technically do it. But he was involved at some point, I believe.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad you've got that out in the open there for people who didn't maybe know about all that shit. Now, I don't know if I heard this from you or I heard this from somebody else. Can you confirm whether or not there's a lien on Ethan Ralph's home and kind of what his financial situation is? Is he in a lot of debt? Is he financially solvent? Kind of what's his situation in life financially? Because he tells us he's hood rich, he's a king, he's making $1,000 a week. I mean, what do you think about all this?
Oh, he's hood fucked. He is extremely in debt. There is a lien on the house. I can't get you the exact number on exactly how fucked in debt he is. But let me see if I can pull up one of the liens against the house real fast here.
Yes, if you can put something on screen because people are getting sick of staring at that face. I mean, I'm staring at it myself and I'm starting to feel sick. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, give me 1 second and I'll pull up this
Somebody asked in chat, what's a lien? It's when you owe fucking money, so they put your debt on your fucking home so you can't sell it. And if you do, you have to pay the debt back off the fucking house. A lien is a really fucking nasty thing to have happen to you.
Now, I believe his mom's the one with the house. So technically, you can't inherit debt, but you can't also inherit a house if it had a lien against it. And, either you got to take on that debt and pay it off and try and keep your house, or you're going to be out in, I guess, on the sidewalk with a nice fancy gaming chair and somehow no internet connection. So I'm pulling up this court case with the U.S. Bank Trust, who owns the house, basically, who gave him the loan, and Sandra Briggs Ralph, aka Sandra All Ralph, which is Ethan Ralph's mom. So this goes all the way back to May 2015. And it looks like they had and I'm having to review this and reread this as I'm going through because I don't remember the exact details, but blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Is this the right? Maybe I might need the other one. Decision by the court, trial, hearing. I think I might need the other copy. Open up this one. There it is. So this was pursuant to judgment at such sale, bank, blah, blah, blah. The house was worth basically $75,000. And this is what they were going to basically try and bid the house off for in order to recoup some of the initial cost of the actual loan. I think we're going to have to go through some of these. I got one more. So basically, they were able to get back $80,000 by auctioning off the house. Well, that was Chrome crashing. Well.
Whoa. Whoa.
I know. That was, woo.
Like a fucking screamer in like the Scary Maze game from 2007.
Wow.
That pops up and goes, ah! That's what it was there.
All right, give me a sec to relaunch Chrome.
But it's 75 grand. That's the total value of the home.
That was what it was worth at auction. I'm sure they bought it for something more than that. I was looking for the original sale price so I could tell you exactly how far into debt they were. And let me go ahead and just try and pull that back up without opening up an entire browser can of worms. All right, should have this back up in a second. Apparently, you can only stuff so much gunt into the browser before it starts to complain.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
And a reminder to the viewers, we're going to be having Ronnie Ralph on soon, but we got to get through a few more points here. We'll imagine we'll have him on in the next 20 to 25 minutes. Probably at the bottom of the next hour, we'll have Ronnie Ralph join us for a half hour to an hour to explain his son's behavior. But we went a little bit long on the video, so.
So I got right here, total debt secured by note and mortgage, including the interest to date, being a total of $218,998.14, aka $219,000 at 12% per annum interest, which is about the same as I pay on my credit card with really bad credit score. That's awful. And they only got $80K back for the actual auction of the house. So they managed to trash the property down from $200K to about $80K somehow. That's a lot of depreciation.
That's fucking tough. And that's pretty fucking rough. I mean, they've lost so much value on that home, and now they're in fucking debt. So they're basically paying rent on their own fucking home to the bank. Like, is this what's happening?
I do believe so. I'm not sure that they are technically the owners anymore.
Do you have an image of this house that you can show them? Do you have it on hand?
I mean, I can look it up pretty easily. I just gotta pull up the address again.
Walk through this shit. This is some incredible shit.
It was this one. Nope, not that one. That has somewhat of a long.
No, it's the Bangles fucking address, isn't it? Bangles Drive.
Bengals Drive. That sounds correct.
Yeah, it's 1509 Bangle Drive, Richmond. Pull it up. So the top right-hand side of your screen, like
Thank you.
current address.
I'm working on my far monitor.
I don't
That's.
think a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people
this
know
is the
what-
one. That's the one.
This is it. So when we talk about Dick's Crack Shack, which we're gonna go there next, but this is a literal fucking crack shack. This is the fucking place where Ethan Ralph lives. It looks like it's fucking rotting and it's about to fall over. Like a strong gust of fucking wind could knock over Casa del Ralph. I mean, the steps, look at the fucking steps. Look at how shambolic the fucking steps are. Just how wretched and grotesque they are.
Look at the
Like,
fucking
holy
front door.
People say it's too cartoonish to be real, but this is fucking real. I mean, look at the fucking holes in the fucking side of the house. Like, holy shit, some shitty satellite that's probably been sitting there forever. The roof looks it looks disheveled and dirty. The grass is fucking sad, you know? It's like it hasn't been cut in weeks. It's patchy and dead.
I mean, even his neighbor's house looks better than this. It's like the shittiest house on the block, and these other ones are huge comparatively. Like,
Yeah, you know,
it's got this shitty ass fucking rusty fence, like this shitty ass lawn that's never been mowed. I guess you park your car there, but then there's got like these nice houses next by. I mean, like, dude, dump of the neighborhood for sure.
I mean, it's not quite the full-on fucking mobile home that we expected it to be, but I mean, if he was living in a house and not a full-on trailer, I mean, that's about what we'd expect. I mean, holy shit.
I still like to envision which room he's trying to like stream out of, like which little shit. Like, is it this little auxiliary right over here? Is it one of these main rooms? Like, this place can't be too big inside. There's got to be like what,
There's
3
no
rooms?
wonder Worski left. Do you remember Worski and Zoom were gonna move into this house with him?
Where the fuck were they gonna, like, the fucking front yard in a tent?
You know, how were they all gonna fucking live there? It was just a fucking pipe dream fantasy.
And
Like,
then
Worski
what?
was
He
there-
ended up renting a place for Andy, and then what? Getting stuck with that lease or that loan or that rent for who knows how long afterwards.
So, and here's the thing you have to remember as well. The child bride, the fucking child bride, has to live there with him in these close, cramped conditions. They see each other 24 hours of the day. And Ralph and her are just drinking and doing meth all day. And they're just sweating and they just stink. And it's 105 fucking degrees and they don't have air conditioning.
And it's
Just
humid,
imagine
probably.
how wretched it is. Jesus. Fucking sad.
Oh,
Fucking sad there, boys.
will do, Kelso.
Oh, dispatch. I
Yeah.
was wondering, do you want to go over Ralph's criminal record? I went over it briefly last night, but do you know all about all of Ralph's criminal record and activity?
I do believe I have a copy of that somewhere. Give me a sec, because I got to grab a chat. The house. Okay. I got some information. So, the house she foreclosed on, Sandra Ralph, was the family house they grew up in. They had to sell it. They had to sell the 1509 Bangles house, the one we're looking at, back to some guy and rent it, but not sure. His mom is over $200,000 in debt. From 09 to 2014, she was too fat to actually move, so she didn't even work while Gunt was stealing her credit card to use on sex phones. Whoa, where'd you get that last point from? I want to know more about that last one. But this is all from the same guy who dug up all the records that I was going through earlier.
Yeah.
So I'll go back through that. So basically, the house they grew up in got foreclosed on. This house they had to sell back to some guy and then end up renting it. The mom's over $200,000 in debt, and from 2009 to 2014 was basically disabled, and Ralph was just fucking using her credit cards on sex phones. Doesn't surprise me.
It's not shocking. It's really not shocking. I mean, people are all familiar with J. Caesar 187. Ralph
Oh, so he
looking at
apparently
iteration.
admitted to using the credit cards on the sex phones. Oh, well, even better then.
Do you
Well,
have the smoking gun of that we can show the people?
Maybe. It's gonna be unlikely because I'm getting these through like basically text messages right now. I think he's not home.
That's okay.
But I mean, there's always more time to go into this type of stuff. Sandra is also an alcoholic as well. His childhood bully told me. Holy shit. He took it far back. I'd have to ask the boys. Okay. So we might be able to get some more sources on this. I guess he also got in touch with Ralph's childhood bully. That explains why he's such a bully online now. He finally feels like he's got space of his own, and now he's got to be the one
Well, he
wrecking
wants
shit.
to be a big man, and he wants to, feel like he's the bully, he's the big dog. But the reality is, I bully his punk ass every fucking day, just like I bullied people in high school because I was on the football team. I'm sure Ralph wasn't, so it is what it is.
I can't see him being on any team.
Well, no, he only cares about himself. It's pretty obvious, and every team he's ever been on has failed. Just look at the Gunt and the Tard in Miami for any sort of evidence there.
Check out the sketches tab. Gives you square footage and tax info. Oh man, the information is just pouring in at this point. You do a little bit of digging and suddenly they're giving you the property search methods. Here
Well,
it
we
is
may
for
have to back Ronnie
1509.
into the fucking third hour. We'll see what happens. We'll see what sort of amazing revelations are coming on the show. Remember, guys, coming up soon, we have Dingo's personal DMs with a white woman. Dingo, one of Ralph's capos, who's decided that he's a fucking idiot, is going to defend race mixing, and looking at interracial porn, and being a degenerate, and being in debt, and siding with leftists and doxing white women. All this fucking shit. We have his DMs that are pretty embarrassing, where he admits that he's a simp, where he calls his boss Ethan Ralph a white N-word. Those are some of the highlights, but there's far more. So you're gonna be excited there. It's a celebrity that we all know and love. But this is what the schematics of the property.
That would be the floor plan of the house. It is apparently 2 rooms, so one giant square living room probably, and 1 bedroom. I have no idea where they shove the bathroom.
How is this working with the child bride? So do Ralph and the child bride live in the one room and the mom lives in the other? Do they all sleep in the same bed?
I mean, that's assuming they got beds and not just couches, or fuck air mattresses at that point. I've got no idea how this. I mean, is someone gonna be worried about concerning like calling child protective services at this point?
How many square feet total is the property?
I believe it's one. I just saw it was like 1,017. It's just over 1,000 square feet.
So I mean, my apartment is probably. I think it has a larger square footage than his home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I have a larger. I think mine's like 1,200 square feet. This is sad. This is sad.
Wood siding.
I don't know. I have like fuck me.
Condition normal for age. That's not how I would rate Ralph, but at the house maybe.
Maybe in this neighborhood because everybody's a crack addict and fuck. Well, it's not even.
It was
true.
built in 1947, so the standards cannot be that high.
Well, the piping in the home might be fucking galvanized steel. Like it might have like galvanized steel pipes and shit. Oh fuck.
I believe we might have that information in here. Floor finish is a softwood standard, plaster walls. You know,
we have 1, 2, 3. Like we have 4 fucking rooms in this apartment. Like holy shit.
I mean, you're living in luxury. Number of rooms 5, number of bedrooms 2, number of full baths 1.
One bathroom. That's fucking shitty.
One bathroom for everybody in that household.
Pretty sad. Pretty sad, Ethan. By the way, let's give an update. Ralph is at 794 viewers. We're at 983. So, basically a full 200 viewer advantage still that we've had consistently through the beginning of the show. On Bitwave, what are the numbers looking like on Bitwave, Xander?
We've been holding about 30, 40 people the entire time.
Based. So, I mean, we're over 1,000 viewers combined across
I
the
do
two
believe we can start
platforms.
doing that since Ralph was counting off platform numbers, right?
Yeah, we'll start putting it on YouTube as well. We'll simulcast it on like 5 different platforms.
I mean,
Try
like
and
you say
pretend
that, but I'm thinking I got a way, but you just do multiple Dlive channels. That's the key, because you can clearly stack those view counts up way high.
yeah, yeah. Fuck you, Ethan. You bum. Like, look at this shit. And he has the student loans that he says he's never going to pay off, that he's waiting for the government to pay off for him. So he's in all this student loan debt. He's probably in consumer debt from credit cards. Do we know anything about that?
I don't think I have any of that information available, but I was looking at the land assessment over the history, and it looks like in 2012, from 2012 to 2013, the land value managed to lose $2,000, and the actual like improvement on like the property, it went down by $8,000. The year before it was $78,000, so it actually went down by 13,000. Oh, and then another 6. So it went from a peak of 78,000 to 59,000, which is math above what I can do in my head. So 78 minus 59. It lost $20,000 when they owned it, basically. And then they managed to get it back up in 2020 all the way up to $90,000 through renovations. So they trashed the place. Go to transfers. Okay, I'm in transfers.
Speaking of like crack shacks, unless you've got some other stuff here that they've sent you. Speaking of crack shacks and property values and all this shit, you went and visited the Barbie Dream Mansion of Dick Masterson yourself, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm only a couple minutes away basically. So I mean, when I heard that there was rioting going on and there's the potential for Dick to just be outside there and be able to see what this Barbie mansion actually looks like up in Beverly Hills, well, I had to take the opportunity to drive out there.
Can we get on screen you confronting Dick Masterson? I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it, but some people haven't. And I just want to see you go up to his home, and then we'll take a look at the location of his property. Apparently, it's very close to Compton. So we'll have a look into all that. And then we'll talk a little bit about Dick and you in high school. Apparently, you were high school rivals. Some interesting stuff there.
Minus a few years, of course. I mean,
yeah,
but close enough. Yeah. So let's we'll pull up the clip real fast.
all right, pull it up for me. You guys are going to love this if you haven't seen this already. This is dispatch going to Ethan Ralph's father figure, Dick Masterson's home.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. I'm Xander.
No. What's going on?
Oh, elbows?
No.
Well, you're a faggot simp.
What?
You're a faggot simp.
You guys are from the internet.
I'm from Bitwave Media. Yeah. Get fucked, Dick! It's not a mansion!
What do you mean, you guys? I'm just here for food.
All right. House confirmed. So, there's one thing I want to see if I can grab out of this clip that I'm not sure if we see clearly, but he's got like a legit pile of trash outside of his house on the left-hand side. And maybe we don't get to see it, but his house was a disaster. It's tiny as fuck too. I don't think it's much bigger than Ralph's house.
And then you go into a burnout in front
Yeah,
of
I
his
was
fucking house.
hoping to see hoping to grab a timestamp for that one.
So honestly, I thought as well that he was wearing the Joker face paint, and that was his face, but it's actually the shirt. And I don't know if we've like transitioned timelines or something, Xander says it was always
You're
a
a
shirt.
faggot,
I thought it was
simp.
really his face, and then he answered the door with his face painted like that. But no, it was a T-shirt of the fucking Joker.
I mean, he's got this like weird merchandise of his own face on his shirt, and he just wears it around the house apparently, and answers the door with his face on himself. I don't get the face on the shirt. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it was just as freaky seeing that thing move the way it did.
Oh yeah, some real freaky fucking shit, man. Freaky.
Calling
So,
a man a fag. Do
you
a
have the
burnout now.
location of the Masterson Barbie Dream
25.00 rubber
Mansion.
on Dak Road.
And tell us a
This
little
guy,
bit about
Dak,
what it looks
do the
like,
burnout.
coming up to it. You said there's trash.
It's
Is it a
honestly
mansion?
like one of the shittier houses in the neighborhood as well. There's these other nicer houses on the other side of the hill that are larger, that got like all glass walls, super nice paint jobs, you know, nice cars in the driveway, really cleaned up nicely. And then you get to Dick's house, and there's like a retaining wall, fucking garbage bags from the street to the house. Then you got basically his trucks or cars, and then you got like this very piss poor, like nonchalant, nothing really amazing about his house. You know, for being where it's this mansion, this Barbie dream house that he has. It's really just average. There's like average for like a regular neighborhood, like Ralph's neighborhood, basically, where, you know, it's white, it's a little run down, but not too bad from a distance. You know, it's dark outside, so it's easy to get away with. But it's just, you know, it's not a well kept. It doesn't look like there's anything special about it, and it's tiny as fuck. There's no absolute like yard. It's a pain in the ass to drive all the way up there. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to drive up to where he lives. It is tight as fuck. The roads are narrow. It takes fucking 20 minutes to drive up and down that motherfucking hill. And like, once you're down at the bottom of the hill, which is like the only way in and out of this neighborhood, you're basically in the middle of fucking Compton. It's a shithole. It is absolutely like, okay, sure, you get to live in this nice hill, but like, as soon as you leave the fucking hill, you're in the middle of LA, and it's like, who the fuck wants that?
No, he literally lives in Compton, right? You could show them on a map that he fucking lives like in Compton himself.
Yes.
And this is like the prom king's. This is the man who makes $20,000 a month. You know, I sent you in the chat as well Ralph's criminal history, so we can pull that up on screen as well.
Oh, perfect.
But we'll go through a little bit on Daddy Dick. We'll do the criminal record, and then we'll get into Dingo, and then I swear to God, we'll have Ronnie on the show, and you know, anything else you want after that, we'll bring up as well if people are sending you some new shit or some interesting shit.
Yeah, I was trying to
we're
see if I
trying
had
to
the
keep this
address
brief.
quickly available from here. I do not. So let's pull up. Let me pull up the history. Oh, you just used the fucking website that I have.
Oh shit!
I mean, that works, but like,
The actual document, you know. I guess.
yeah, it's easier this way. At least it's well kept. I don't maintain it. The guy who was sending me the information earlier is the one who keeps all this stuff up to date and whatever. So, it's easier to just pull this up at least. Easy to find. EthanRalph.com. Like, how the fuck do you not buy your own domain name? Like, easy oversight.
Oh, that Ralph's stream is on the front page. They're featuring him prominently. My stream isn't. But we're still crushing him by 200 viewers right now. Not to mention, the Gunt Retort has 100 viewers as well. Plus, we have the 40 Brave Neat Samurai on Bitwave. So Ralph's getting fucked 6 ways to Sunday, even with the favoritism of the Dlive staff.
Should we pull up these leaked voicemails as well? That sounds interesting.
The leaked voicemails? I haven't heard about this.
I'm not, it could... Let me check the link.
I feel so part.
Oh, they're the ones from that Zoom release last year. When he got in, I think like the Nora's voicemails basically. Looks like people might want to hear it. It's timestamped for us as well.
All right, I'm gonna head there. It's at 7 minutes and 15. You said.
No, it is 11 minutes 56 seconds, but 715 seconds in.
Okay, 11 minutes 56 seconds.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna listen to this. Let's play it.
All right, tell me when.
So fucking sorry for that woman. What a piece of shit.
To replay this message, press 1. Message marked for deletion. New message.
Okay, I mean, like, I tried, so don't be having to go at me later.
To replay this.
Poor Nora, trying again for the third time, and Ethan just doesn't pick up the phone. No wonder she feels so neglected. Because Ralph not only neglects his mother, but he neglects his own wife because he's too busy being a drunken retard. And she even says, "Don't go trying to have a go at me later." That poor woman. You can hear how disappointed she is when she picks up the phone.
Message, press 1. To delete message marked for deletion. New message.
So I saw that somebody in chat asked basically like, how did this get done, or how did he do this? And apparently for T-Mobile, the default password or the default combo to your voicemail is your birthday. And Ralph never changed the default combo or the default like pass key. So you can call into your phone and hit the voicemail, and basically you could type in your voicemail password in order to read your voicemails remotely. Which used to be a thing people did, and people used to leave voicemails more often, I think. But because he left it the default, you could just call in, go into the menu, and just type in the default password and get it. All you had to do is know his phone number and his birthday, I guess. And, well, I don't know how he got the phone number, but the birthday's easy enough to find out.
Wow. I mean, amazing security from Mr. Ethan Ralph. But I mean, there's no doubt that the marriage with Nora was a sham from the fucking beginning. He obviously never gave a shit about her, couldn't even be bothered to answer her calls, is deleting her voicemails, letting it go to fucking voicemail, shit like this. It's very funny. It's very funny not only in the fact that he didn't give a shit about his wife and was a shitty husband, but it's also funny in the fact that he's so retarded that Zoom is actually able to get this and make this happen. Very fucking joke shit. Very joke shit, folks.
Absolutely, and yeah,
Just incredible.
Complete clown as well. I mean, but great content to at least hear from this side as well. I mean, the amount of fuck ups that he does, and the amount of self deprecation and the basically destroying himself indirectly is just, it's amazing. But at the same time, how the fuck is he still like actually streaming to anyone at this point?
It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, speaking of pulling out fucking numbers and fucking people and pay pigs and blah blah blah, Dingo shit. Well, I wanted to get to the Dingo shit pretty badly.
Let's get into the Dingo shit right now. Let's get into it.
All right. So we gotta pull that back up for a second. Please pardon the horror while I pull up the video.
So we're gonna have to pause this quite a bit so that people can see what's going on, because it gets scrolled through quite quickly. So what you're going to see are Dingo, Ralph's capo, Dingo and Victus or whatever the fuck on Twitter. He is messaging T-Clips, aka Boober Lee, aka the leader of an army of simps. And we're just going to see, what the base leader of the white race, how he handles this interaction with a female. So I don't know how we're going to do this. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it, Xander?
I mean, we could take this in parts if you wanted to play out the part of being Boober Lee over here, and I could be the simp for you. So I vice versa. Both roles are pretty fucked if you ask me, but
I'm gonna do Dingo because I can do a southern accent.
Okay, I guess you're just gonna default me to the high-pitched soy voice. No problem.
That's how I feel, Xander. That's how I feel.
Is this good enough for you? Does this sound good?
Sounds great, Xander. Sounds great.
Perfect.
Hey, you there?
Hi there.
Okay, I need to ask you a question. I need you to be totally honest. And even if your answer is yes, I swear on my mom it'll never leave this chat. On my life and my mom's life, okay?
Okay.
I can't see that Select
scrolling.
next little bit there.
Scrolling.
Give it 1 second. Get this. Okay, firstly, was that really your pick? And the question I need you to be totally honest about is this one. Are you or have you ever been in an interracial relationship? I promise there is a good reason I'm asking, and I will absolutely never tell anyone. If the answer is yes, what race was the person?
Yes, I use those pictures on my Booberly account unironically, lol. No, I've only dated white men, lol. The closest to non-white is my ex who is half Italian, German, and the joke is if Italians are white or not.
Let me just see. Just keep. Okay. Okay, because I'm about to go to bat for you because you're a white woman. And I don't want to go to bat for a white woman who has burned the coal, mostly because it'd be embarrassing if that ever came out, and because I wouldn't feel right about doing it. But like I said, even if you said yes, I'd never tell a soul. Only want to know so I know how to proceed. Oh, you dick, I'm Italian. 14%. have you have you ever doxed anyone white? Be honest.
Oh, it's. Oh, I scrolled too far. Hold on.
Just keep scrolling.
It's a joke, but my mother is 5% Italian, but it didn't pass down to me. I did Ancestry DNA. Oh, so a couple years ago when I leaked mine and Andy's DMs, I think my first name was in it too. But people haven't ever used it until today. I did specifically tell Andy, and Ralph knows my PayPal, I assume. I don't really want to make a big deal, but I appreciate your comments here though.
So for those who are listening, this is between T Clips and Dingo, Ralph's fucking capo. Well, T Clips, that's your voice. Let me see if can you scroll ahead to my next segment.
But Ralph is mad at me because he needs drama for his show. But TH, no one can hurt Ralph any more than Ralph. He's already very sad.
When you leaked yours and Andy's DMs, what were the contents? Were they harmful to Andy? If so, how?
Okay, so Andy was live on stream to thousands of people. His engagement was good back then, saying I was a stalker and he didn't know me. So I showed him he knew me, and it went to my Twitter followers, under 1K at the time. It was how I know I defended myself. He was twisting me and talking to Shanae as if I was stalked him IRL. But we'd been flirting, and I see they are following each other. And again, which is weird because he told me he was going back to Ireland and she's horrible and she used him, etc., etc., etc. But then he used me and they were getting back together, which was fine. He asked me to be friends. We were, so I thought, which set off this whole Tonka, Andy accused Chris Worski thing, whole big shit show thing.
What the fuck? All right, see if we can get this pulled down. Also, how many people already knew your dogs?
I asked both Andy and Chris, and Andy lied. Chris didn't, and Chris didn't. That's when he started to call me a stalker, live, etc. But our fight was private. He made it public on his large platform.
Who the heck is Chris Worski?
Chris Worski has Andy's business partner for like over 10 years, and they built Andy Worski's channel together. He's Asian. They used to do videos before JF came into the picture.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so it's not a legit family member. Gotcha. So how many people knew your identity before Ralph just did what he did on his stream?
Well, I don't know how many people exactly, but maybe 4 people, or maybe 6. I did a few art commissions.
Yeah, so he basically just doxed you then.
He did, but I didn't want to make a highlight then. More people paying attention, etc., etc. And Ralph has been against doxing. Ralph has never been against doxing, I don't think. Flashback to dox whoever the fuck you want.
Shit. Apologies. I'm watching it on the stream itself, so it's a little bit delayed when I get my part scrolled down. What are the odds you're going to incur negative repercussions from this, like losing a job, etc.? Okay, so do you not want me to ask him about it when I call in next then? I've been in green room for like 15 minutes and he won't bring me in. I think he knows I'm not happy. I don't like white people being fucked with.
Well, I'm in quarantine right now and lost my job due to COVID recently. And honestly, I don't know about my long term at the moment, but like, at least they didn't know my last name, at least for now, right?
This really makes me angry. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just waiting for my part. I appreciate it, but I think this just shows Ralph isn't well. When Ralph was doing well, he wasn't being malicious. Like, he might turn on you next, even.
I don't I don't know you and I don't like you more than the next white person I don't know. But I don't like white people acting like niggers and doxing other white people, especially over petty fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree. It's divisive for sure.
This next part. I don't give a shit about that. I'm not going to say anything out of line to him. I just want to let it be known that what he did was fucking shitty, and it was beneath someone who has the influence he has. Yeah, it's divisive, but it's also just angering because I don't like white people being fucked with.
I don't want you doxxed, and what if you lost your job or worse? Like, that's what I really worry about. I just don't get why Ralph is doing this. I told him after the Josh versus Ralph drama that people would move on and it would be something else.
Where the hell is this all? What the fuck? God damn it, Xander.
It's
Why
not
is it
my
this?
fault, and it's
Why?
not Xander right now. Jesus, have you no pronoun respect?
I am a simple guy, and I have simple standards. Leave white people the fuck alone, or you're a fucking asshole who I will make an enemy of. And if you're white and you fuck with a white person without a really good reason, I'm gonna tell you you're a fucking asshole for doing so. And I don't care if you don't want to hear it. He said he's mad about the Twitter sniping, which, to be honest, it's pretty obvious that you were jabbing at him with that poll. But I don't think talking shit on Twitter and doxing are equivalents.
Yeah, I can understand that and appreciate it, but Dingo, what if Ralph doxes you and you lose your job? I'm pretty sure we're almost to the end of the DMs.
Yeah.
Fucking
Get ready.
essay simps over here. Fucking hell, it's crazy
Yeah.
how long he types.
This is some crazy shit. It gets crazier, folks. It gets crazier.
He is a crazy simp for sure.
Star Topo, I don't know. I don't think he will. And I've already decided that if anyone gets me fired now that I have a son, I'm literally going to insert Fed post unironically.
Oh, I just thought it was extreme to say he would kill himself if he vomited live.
That includes you, so don't get me fired. Hell, that includes my mother, lol. I'd insert Fed post her if she got me shit canned and remove my ability to provide for my kid.
Lol, that's a good spirit to have. I don't want you to risk anything on my behalf. Ralph is fighting with Ralph, and this is just a symptom of him being ill, I think.
Holy shit.
Good luck, sir.
I mean, clearly you were going at him with the poll, and he's sensitive about the jail thing, but that doesn't deserve doxing for fuck's sake. Like, what an overreaction. I don't know if he's ill, and if he is, I don't know in what way, but he's a man. and every man has to deal with his own body and soul. But I just don't like people doxing white people, Lo. It has nothing to do with you other than the fact that you're white. And I don't mean anything bad by that. I'm sure you're nice and all, but I don't even know you. But you're white, and that's enough for me to be at last like, hey, nigga, what the fuck? Why did you dox this white girl for just talking shit on Twitter?
I think that was it. I'm gonna put my voice back to normal now.
All right.
Does that sound normal again?
We're back to normal.
Huh. Good.
Your hot take on this?
Oh, I think I have the clip or the screen cap from earlier that sums it up pretty well. Let me just grab that.
I also, by the way, Xander, I sent you this man's picture, this man's name. It's up to you. I mean, Ralph said that you can only be doxxed once, so this isn't doxing if we dox him twice, is it? You can't be doxxed twice, according to Ralph.
That'd be D-Dogsting, and I don't think you can be D-Doxed more than once. No, but this is really all you need from his essays is this simple first couple words out of this one post, which is just "I am a simp." I think that sums it up lovely.
It really does, Xander. My take on it is this. I mean, first of all, like, it's all just about whether or not somebody's white. It's like, again, he browsed poll for 10 minutes, formed his worldview. He's speaking like a real fucking weirdo, just like a total, just strange person that, nobody would want to associate with. And then he's like talking about like if Ralph doxes him or fucks him over, that he's gonna kill Ralph, that he's gonna go.
Oh, no. It was insert Fed post here, sir. They're very clearly not even going that far. It was so cucked as to just say insert Fed post.
Insert Fed post here.
God.
He reveals that he's Italian, so he's not even white.
I mean, wait. As an Italian as well, we must distinguish between different regions of Italy. This is not the same. This is.
Here's the thing.
I have no excuses for this.
He talks about how he would never share DMs and all this, but yesterday he brought out my DMs with him that was done in private and in confidence, and that's why this is happening to him today. And Dingo is an idiot, and he's been warned by T-Clips, he's been warned by his own fans, he's been warned by me, and he's still, this man here that you're seeing on screen, he is still defending Ethan Ralph. He's still gunt guarding to the last because he thinks Ethan Ralph is going to save the white race. Here he is in blackface. I'm sure that's going to look good to prospective employers in the future. I'm sure his son won't starve to death or be homeless, And this guy talks about how he's going to open hand bitch slap me, how he's going to fucking beat me up. Okay, internet tough guy. I just think this guy's a joke, and a fucking a pole smoker. I agreed with some of his political stances, but unfortunately, because he's just a fucking gunt licker, I can't associate myself with this sort of a person. Not to mention, like, it's just the most outrageous poll posting, just the saddest shit. And he just doesn't interact like a normal human. I just want to make sure you didn't burn the coal. I just want to make sure you're white. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, the method of like conversation and topics that he brought up and the way he justifies and thinks about things is just really not based in reality. Almost, it's strange, almost like just kind of buying into the memes a little too much, or entirely almost.
I was on Daily Shoah, and he was so extreme and so retarded that they kicked him off Daily Shoah. At least that's what he likes to say, is that it was because he was too extreme. But the reality is he was too boring to even for TRS, for fuck's sake. So that's the reality about fucking Lewis here, Mr. Giovingo, the fucking dingo, who thinks that he's some sort of fucking god, thinks that he can threaten to slap me, thinks he can release my DMs, and I won't do anything about it. Well, Dingo, the reality is you're going to get blackmailed by Ralph. He'll shit on you. He probably already is. Otherwise, he would have disavowed him by now. He's a sick man. It's the reality.
The Wignot clique. Over-analysis of the situation of every actionable event could lead to stasis. Instead, we must change it. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing he wrote this or is following this. Blah, 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 GOP on Telegram. I don't know what his name is.
He's saying that they should saint every shooter.
Oh.
You know, this is Diet
Well, that's
Coke
one way to put
Rand.
it.
You know, this guy wishes he was Rand bot, but he'll never be. And it seems like, what's the word I want to describe this man? It starts with an F and it ends with a D. It's what is it? A fed, a glow in the dark. What, a FUD? A fed? A glowing?
A faggot? Faggot? There's a lot of F words to describe this man.
No, I just released his DMs there with Uber Lee. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's perfectly fine. He can release my DMs if he likes. It's just, you know, people are gonna know that he's Louis Jeffrey Giovinco. Exactly. Exactly.
You're literally putting a message on a big connection of everyone's computer.
Man, this guy dude went in depth.
Exactly, Dingo. Exactly. All right, Xander, what do you got?
I'm just going through this thread still, man. It's like, the further in I go, I'm not sure if he's just completely, like, he's just taken a LARP or a single viewpoint to the extreme and not realized how stupid he looks, or if it's just, because, like, really, I can't imagine doing this unironically. It's just...
No, he genuinely believes all this shit. And it gives anybody who has similar politics a bad name when he's talking about sainting the shooters. I mean, how can you think that that's optically good? And I mean, I'm not even an optics cock, but you can't just say, oh, Saint Tarrant, like Brenton Tarrant is a great man. Oh, like that's just bullshit. You can't do
Well,
that.
with his name behind this shit too is just kind of like the... I mean, I can understand a shit post here and there or something, but like, this dude is... It was just the degree and the just mass amount of it and the lack of like self-awareness saying it. Like, I could see someone making a joke, but I can't. It's not funny. Like, there's nothing in here that makes me think it's a joke. It's just kind of like someone taking things the wrong way.
So that's the fucking Dingo art. I think people are pretty pleased. I honestly, this is some crazy shit.
This
You know,
is
he's
so
simping
deep.
for T-clips in the DMs, and I just think it's fucking jokes. I think,
And
it's
this is like
hilarious.
one of Ralph's like biggest gun guards too, right? Like, these are the people that like look up to Ralph. Is this person like this? These are his followers, his loyal gun guards that are like vehemently defending Ralph's honor. This guy is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately
he's-
just fucking nuts.
He's crazy. He's fucking nuts. And again, I invited him on the show. I said, look, if you have a white nationalist message, I'll give you a platform. You can spread your message. He didn't want my platform because he thought he was too good for it. He thought that the kill stream with its fucking 746 viewers is better than our 1,000 viewer stream for getting his message out there. So now, I mean, his face is out there to the 1,000 people watching this. The people who are going to watch it on replay, his name, his face, it's all out there. His DMs are out there. And, you know, this is going to teach him a lesson, I think. Hopefully, I probably won't learn anything. But when
Well, maybe
you
that's
have a
because he
fucking
gets
son-
paid for his time with Ralph when he's watching that show and involved in that show. But he wouldn't get paid over here because his contract only goes so far.
That's right. That's right. I know. And somebody, Fidel Cashflow, goes, wait, how can he like Ralph if he's all about whites and Ralph is a race mixer? You know, I brought that up to him in my DMs, and he just like, I know he's not my ideal advocate. I know he looked at the porn. You know, you proved it to me, but it doesn't matter. I'm getting my message out there. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. And he's gonna get turned on by Ralph and blackmailed and fucking blasted 6 ways to Sunday. And you know, Ralph has enemies who are gonna dig up this blackface footage, dig up all this fucking shit, and they're gonna take away your livelihood. And then what's gonna happen to your son, Lewis? You fucking idiot. I just don't know what he's thinking. I really don't get it.
My pronouns are pro-white/wignat. Get it right, bigot. It's literally 2019. Like, there are so many things that are wrong in this single tweet sentence that's just like, it's like he's taken every single type of like, it's literally year. My pronouns are, he's like merged 4 different memes into one unironic post of cringe.
Just pure fucking cringe. Absolute cringe.
Famous racist host of a famous racist podcast. It's just like, This is his identity, basically. Like, he has nothing outside of this.
No, he has nothing in his life, and he has to suck up to Ethan Ralph in order to survive anything. It's very, very sad, and he thinks he's famous. He thinks he's a big deal, but in reality, he's a fucking nobody, and he always will be, and he'll always be relegated to the fringes because he's a dipshit. I mean, that's the reality.
And he praised and supported Chris Cantwell. Wait a second. The meme above was made by Southern Dingo featuring himself. Dingo was all about praising and supporting Chris Cantwell until he started sucking up to the Bull Gang. I don't know who that is, but I do know for a fact that Cantwell was fed and now suddenly disappeared into jail again. Apparently he didn't do a very good job as a fed because he got caught and put in jail for something. Choose better fucking heroes.
So look, Dingo is a pretty low-level capo. I think we pretty much buried the fucking guy dead here. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about Ralph or anything you've been sent?
I got Southern Dingo's Crack Shack.
All right, give me Southern Dingo's Crack Shack.
123 Davis Lane, West Monroe, Louisiana. This is surprisingly a better Crack Shack than Ralph's Crack Shack.
Wow, it's not bad.
I mean, my expectations for Crack Shack at this point are so fucking low, but to where this actually looks nicer.
It's way nicer than Ralph. It's not.
It's got a roof that's like in one piece.
I mean, the driveway is a little bit shit.
It looks like the lawn's been cut in like the last year.
Yeah, I mean the truck's a bit old, a little bit shitty. At least he's got a truck. The houses beside it aren't bad either.
Oh, my bad.
Honestly,
the address, while showing as 123 Davis Lane, is actually 122 Davis Lane. It just shows up wrong because of the way Google is. Thanks for the correction.
So yeah, there's where Dingo lives. It's actually really not that bad. But yeah, that's where he's at.
He's just misguided and completely glow in the dark and chosen the wrong things to prioritize in his life. Maybe he just needs to think about things a little bit more.
Yeah, I hope he figures it out. He can always apologize to me, but I don't think he will because he's a piece of shit. Anyway, if he repents of his ways, I'll have him on the show. But if he's just gonna lick gunt crease and be a fucking gunt sucker, I just have no respect for a person who degrades themselves in that way. Now, Xander, you were telling us, me and Godwinson before the show, that you have a lot of suspicions about Dlive's audience numbers, things about the website. Do you just want to give us a brief rundown on some of the things that you find suspicious about Dlive? Now, bear in mind that Dlive doesn't like it when you criticize them, so this might be the end of the stream, but hopefully not, because we'd like to bring Ronnie Ralph on here at the end of this segment.
All right, so yeah, I'll avoid mentioning the major triggers for the platform, but overall, the platform has a number of suspicious and obscure ways of handling things. The way of paying out people is extremely invasive into your privacy. The view counts appear to coincide with no other websites, whereas when I see creators moving from Dlive to Bitwave to Mixer, YouTube, the view counts all coincide between Bitwave, Mixer, YouTube, all to within 50 plus or minus 50 viewers. As soon as somebody's over here on Dlive, they are 2 times, maybe even 3 times the numbers that we're seeing on these other platforms. The view count at its core cannot be accurate. It's got to be inflated with some type of bot activity or just flat out inflated, period, where we don't see the same amount of people in chat as we do the peak viewer counts ever. The amount of people involved in some of the top streams is way lower than the actual chat represents. There has been some shady transaction deals with the investors as far as being involved with Turkey. There are some concerns about potentially being money laundering, where essentially they are allowing people to have bypassed PayPal's country restrictions, which is why they lost PayPal previously. The investments and the sales of the company between their original company over to now with BitTorrent, as far as the new the CEO of that company trying to do a hostile takeover of the Steam network. When they even came off of the Steam network, they essentially fucked over that platform as well. long story short, there is a lot that does not add up on Dlive. There is a lot that does not make sense. And it appears that Dlive is honestly trying to make it, now that they've sold out to a different company, BitTorrent, they're trying to take it into a more family-friendly, a more welcoming environment, so to speak. And the downside is that they're realizing that most of their top, money bringers in, as far as their top streamers, are people that are not going to be family friendly, because if people were family friendly, they wouldn't be here. There's absolutely nothing for them to offer or gain from this platform. There's very little growth opportunities beyond the botting and insane view counts that just clearly don't match up with the actual view counts and chat participation. The amount of bots and just general weird stuff with their own network, with the lino and their staking and their essentially like their inflation, and how you get to earn money off of that by, you basically get to benefit from transitioning money between accounts as much as you can. Generating slosh is what generates income and revenue on this platform. So if you send 1,000 linos to somebody and then they send it back to you and then you do it again and again and again, that actually makes you money on this platform due to how their staking claims work in the cryptocurrency. There's a lot of really weird stuff if you actually watch their blockchain connections and how it all participates. I could get very technical and very in-depth on this, but long story short, nothing very much is logical, sane, or makes sense about this platform. A lot of it just seems hidden or obscured by some Chinese company.
Yeah, so what I don't get is when I'm on YouTube, I get 400, 500 maybe at the most viewers. But here on DLive, I get 1,000. Sometimes I'm getting 15, 1,600. And I don't think that those numbers are real. And I don't think anyone's numbers are real. Fuentes used to get what? 2,000 maybe on a show on YouTube. Sometimes I saw maybe 3,000. Here he's getting 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 viewers, numbers way beyond what he was getting on YouTube. And this is a way smaller platform. Ralph's audience, I think, is about two to 300, maybe 400 viewers, and the rest are all bots. And I think it's pretty similar here, that we've got anywhere from 300 to maybe 500 people watching, and the rest of it, I think, it is illegitimate. And I can just look at that by how fast the chat moves here. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that it's legitimate. And I just think that the whole thing about the lemons, the value of them has crashed. They're worth like 0.00012 cents or some shit like this. And like the whole thing is fucked up to me. You have to submit your government photo ID and wait a few months in order to even get paid.
3 months.
It's just some weird 3 months. 3 months to get fucking paid. You have to submit all your ID. Is this going straight to the Chinese government? I don't fucking know. So these are some questions about the platform. And I really don't give a shit because, again, they turned me down for affiliate, even though I've smashed every metric to have an affiliate or even to become a partner soon at 1,000 followers. They're not going to give it to me. Why? Because they're in Ethan Ralph's pocket. And I don't care if this gets me banned from this platform, because quite honestly, if they're going to be in Ethan Ralph's pocket and they can't handle criticisms and questions, then I don't need to be on this platform. I'm their number one stream right now in this fucking time slot. And, they don't put me on the front page. They don't treat me right. So fuck them, and it just goes to show that what Ralph has here is so small and so limited that within 2 weeks of me launching this channel, I can go head to head and I can crush him in his own time slot that he's had for years established and on this platform for months and months, if not over a year now. So I just want to make that very clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that you've been able to basically come up, take over his own thing on like the platform that he's at, basically, and do it better than he is, because at the end of the day, his show is just that fucking dull and boring that he can't even make his own drama interesting enough for people to want to watch it.
No, and I mean, right now he's doing 750. He's lost viewers. I mean, we're at 1,000. We're basically at our peak viewership 2 hours in. His viewership is going down. We're 250 ahead. The gun stream's still doing 100. What's going on Bitwave? We're still around 40.
We're 40 plus now. I've been holding steady. And like you said too, is like the thing with chat is like, even if you take out the stickers from most of the other chats, like straight up, their chats are not reflective of the view counts you see, even if you take into consideration how they do their actual like chatting. Like, it just does not reflect the viewerships. And if you were to assume that this is 1/3 of the audience or 1/2 of the audience, it's perfectly reflective and matches what I would expect and what I see. But this is just, it's strange, and I don't know why or how, but something's there. But I think they're trying to make it look like it's better than it is in order to try and keep people around longer.
It's very obvious what's going on here. Okay, I wanted to ask you quickly before we go into Ronnie. I want to get into him at the top of the hour and give him some time because he's been waiting. He's been waiting to come on board, Ronnie Ralph. But you were going to tell us. You said you knew some stuff about Dick Masterson's background, kind of how he grew up. Do you want to get into that?
Well, I can do that, or I can do some of Ralph's criminal records if you'd like. I got those sitting in my DMs right now.
Hit us with the criminal records.
I got those just sitting around, which is way easier. So let me just go and pull up one. And as soon as Discord wants to let me open up this one, 2. And let me send you these images as well inside of our chat. There's 1. And 2. Okay. So alright, so let me go back to the DM so I can see what I need to highlight out of here. Bottom 2 images show blah blah blah. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of time and date matching. So we're gonna be looking back towards when the pill stream happened. Now I just dug this up recently for Kiwi Farms in order to find the Soph stream. By the way, I only have a partial copy of the Soph stream. I have what I sniped at the very kind of tail end after it was, it was happening. Ralph was already muted. I don't know what happened before, if there was sound, no sound, if it was silent the entire time. I've already posted and shared what I have of that stream, my clip and my snipe. I don't have a full archive. If anyone does, please share it with your nearest archiver so that way they can get like an actual copy of that. But that happened about June 7th, I want to say. Yeah, PPP?
Yeah, so just tell them a little bit about, so apparently Ethan Ralph was on stream masturbating to Soph, who was a 14-year-old girl.
I guess I want to lay out the timeline a little bit better than how it was laid out on Kiwi. So the timeline falls that Ralph was kind of in a deteriorating mental state for quite a couple of days. On the 7th, I believe, it was the first of like these fuck-up streams where Ralph essentially did not change the title of his stream, went live at his normal usual time slot hour, but when he went live, what he had up on stream wasn't his regular kill stream, like, it was the kill stream layout, but what he had for the monitor, instead of being like the topic or whatever, was a desktop capture essentially of Soph's stream. And he essentially started the stream and somehow passed out minutes after starting it. And all we know is that at the time he passed out, he was basically watching the end of the Soph stream. So it's up to you and, the lore over time in order to piece together what really happened and what he was really doing right before he passed out. But, there's speculation of all types on Kiwi, on 8chan, on everywhere at the time when it happened. So, who knows what the real story was. I didn't get to see the beginning of it, but it just doesn't look good when you suddenly are pilled out of your mind, drunk as fuck, and passing out to, 14-year-old streams on Dlive. Fuck, like, that's pretty damn bad, especially when you get an 18-year-old child bride afterwards.
It really is shameful and disgraceful. The reality is, like, there's so many instances of stuff like this that it starts to form a pattern of behavior.
Well, we could take one more extreme example where Warski and Ralph essentially reviewed 36 gigs of child pornography trying to quote-unquote catch a predator or catch a pedo on Instagram at one point, too. It's fuck up after fuck up after fuck up over here.
Well, speaking of fuck-ups, let's have a look at this criminal record.
Right. Okay. So this is gonna be the first one for Ethan Ralph, released on summons, and this is going to be what is this? Contempt of court without jury, released on summons. Looks like we're gonna be going to the second photo. Yeah. Okay, so the pill stream, the soap stream happened on 607. The next day, he tried playing Cuphead. This would be 608. He tried playing Cuphead on stream and could barely maintain consciousness as he played Cuphead. Embarrassing performance. Totally shit stream. Was in and out the entire time. And the very next day, this would be 2 days after Soap's stream, this criminal record appears on his record. So on a 6/09/2019, he has a failure to stop at the scene of an accident, and he's essentially gotten a hit and run for hitting another vehicle and then fleeing the scene afterwards, resulting in this misdemeanor that he got 2 days after he was basically passing out on stream in and out of consciousness. Not a very good time for Ralph indeed.
No, it's not a good look. I'm gonna mute myself for a couple minutes here. If you just want to take them through all this this criminal record history.
Sure. So let's see if with the going a little see if there's anything else in here that I got. This would also be like his new Nissan, I believe, by the way. So yeah, and then that car got vandalized as well. So then I believe he had to show up for court basically later on in that month. So this offense date is 6/24. So this would be about 3 weeks later, I want to say. And he was supposed to show up in court, and it says that he had contempt of court for the 6/24, released on summons. So basically, he just didn't even show up to court later that month for his hit and run. So this guy is passing out on stream. He's in and out of consciousness on stream. He's not making any sense. He's gotten into a hit and run, and then he's missing his court dates on top of that. It's just, whew, one thing after another, buddy. No wonder why you guys are 200K in debt at that point. And then we got some more stuff that I can go through. Court docs. Those into logs. Now you go and pull up this PDF. Nope. Pass that a little bit. Basic overview. Criminal records. We can go a little bit further in depth. I think this has more criminal records on it. So, criminal records. Traffic, operating a motor vehicle without license in possession from 2008. Speeding, more than 15, less than 25. Man, this guy is just really shit at driving, isn't he? Pled guilty. After that, DUI, driving under the influence, pled guilty. That was in 2009. After that, we have disorderly conduct and possession of drug paraphernalia from 2010. Let's see what we got Sandra's as well. Is that, oh, okay. After that, disorderly public conduct in 2008. This guy has got a rap sheet. I mean, we're halfway through this fucking thing. Rap sheet's huge. DUI, license suspended for DUI, publicly drunk, assaults and battery of the 3rd degree, disorderly conduct, contempt of court, that'd be for his not showing up for his hit and run, the assault on law enforcement, public swearing and intoxication in 2016, obstructing justice without force in 2016, public swearing. So a couple of these are going to be repeats because it's going to be from different, how it reports into the system, but you can kind of mentally deduplicate them. Defective equipment. God, Ralph, keep up your fucking car. Defective equipment. Oh, are you back?
Yeah. No, this is a disaster. Public intoxication. Holy fuck. Assault on law enforcement. That's the one we all know. The felony he had.
And this is somebody who's now taking on somebody who's essentially 18 years old, who's becoming an adult and is, you'd want them to be a role model, right? This is your role model? The dude's rap sheet is fucking pages long. Yeah. But I guess her last ex was also a meth dealer, so fits the bill.
It really does. Looking at this criminal record almost makes me want to pull up Janitor Jim's criminal record. because a lot of the Sweepy Squad really have no fucking idea that Jim like has all these drinking and driving charges and shit. Have you ever seen that shit?
Oh, it just astounds me. Like I was like so distracted just kind of looking through all these that missed your point there. But yeah.
All right.
Did you want to bring on Ralph's dad to see what maybe Ralph's dad thinks about how his son behaves and his criminal history, his, essential influence on the next generation of Zoomers / girlfriends?
We've hit the midnight hour. It's time to bring Ronnie Ralph onto the show. We're bringing him right on live. Ronnie, are you here with us right now, Ronnie? Ronnie, are you there? Ronnie.
Oh, I believe he's, I mean, we're trying to talk to the afterlife over here. It's going to take a second.
The afterlife, I ain't fucking dead, boy.
There we go.
Who's this little kid you got on stream? I ain't talking to no children.
Well, this would be your ex-wife, I believe. Not a little child.
Oh, no, I was talking to you, boy.
Oh, me.
A little high-pitched, squeaky voice. You sound like a little.
Well, I mean, if it suits you,
I could go back to Boober Leaf.
I ain't my fucking son. I'm not trying to associate with a.
I don't know which way you go nowadays. It's 2019.
So
you trying to accuse me being a diddler or some shit?
Ronnie,
Well, look, we know that sexual abuse is a pattern, and we're experiencing some pattern here.
Not father like son, all right?
So, just to confirm, you are actually Ethan Ralph's father. You're Ronnie Ralph?
Unfortunately so.
Well, shit, man. That's got to be tough. What's it like having Ethan Ralph as a son?
Well, fucking tell me about it. I had to fake my own death to shake him off.
Holy fuck. People are saying that my audio is quiet. I don't know if that's the case, Sander. People are complaining. They're fucking crying out their ass.
I can...
But, Ronnie, we had the criminal record pulled up of your son. What are your thoughts on his criminal record? It seems pretty extensive.
Which one? The drunken disorderly shit, or the driving like a fucking asshole, taking a piss poor swing at a copper?
Well, did he at least land the hit on the cop?
The list goes on. That ain't even talking about the shit he pulled when he was a youngin'.
I mean, like, if you're gonna teach your son to punch somebody, that you'd hope they at least make contact, right? Was it at least worthy of the charge that he got?
Oh no, I wasn't around. I left that bitch and they moved states away.
Fuck.
Shit.
Why didn't you have an abortion though, Ronnie?
Well, I don't quite believe in that kind of stuff, but in retrospect, maybe you should have.
Is it true that you conceived Ethan Ralph in a Kentucky Fried Chicken bathroom?
It was behind the Kentucky Fried Chicken, actually. I had that old broad bent over a pile of pallets.
Shit. Now, Ronnie, I imagine as a proud Southern gentleman, you weren't too proud when your son Ethan Ralph married a Pakistani woman named Nora. Can you tell us a little bit of your thoughts on Nora?
Disgusting. That's when I finally fucking disowned him. But it's a pattern of behavior, He's into the coloreds. He likes them dark.
Is this like an inherited pattern that you exhibited as well? Is he got a little...
Excuse me?
Are you for sure that he's your son? 100%.
I fucking hope not, honestly. I fucking hope not. I was in and out of jail at the time. She could have fucking done something behind my back, that bitch. That's why I left her. I caught her, this is a bit of a sensitive subject for me, but I caught her with a nigger.
Ooh.
No.
That's why I kicked that bitch out.
what do you think of this Dingo fella as well? Would you say that the nigga you caught him with is kind of that type or darker flavor?
Or are you talking like a Sicilian?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking black as the fucking it's midnight.
That
I'm
would
talking
explain the
about
rap sheet.
a West Memphis, Arkansas nigger, an old slave.
What about Ronnie? Would you say Evan Ralph is your favorite son? And can you
By
tell us a
far,
bit about?
by far the better son.
Can you tell
By
us a little bit
far,
about Evan? Does Evan have Down syndrome, or what's his deal?
he's crippled. He's some sort of cripple. You know, his limbs flop about a bit, but he's a sweet boy. Yeah, it's a damn shame what they done to him. Just locked him up in some home there.
Fuck. Ronnie, did you leave anything to Ethan in the will?
Oh hell no.
What
Hell
about
no.
to Evan?
Actually, matter of fact, now they ain't gonna find me now. I left them a little bit of debt, not the kind of creditors are gonna go after them for. The bookies are gonna go after them. But I managed to cash out a little bit of my life insurance plan that I schemed with a lady friend of mine. So that set me on my way up to the north up here.
Ronnie, a lot
What?
of people are excited about you appearing on the show because they've seen your review of Crash Bandicoot. A lot of people seem to think that there's a resemblance between us, or that I'm playing Ronnie on the show there, but that's actually you in the Ronnie experiment, right?
Well, of course, yes.
Ronnie, when do you think we can expect your review of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom?
That sounds rather homosexual. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's definitely the case, Ronnie. I wouldn't want to be caught dead playing a fucking SpongeBob SquarePants game. Do you think all the Zoomers who are nostalgic for it are just gay, or are they confused? Are they mentally retarded? What do you
Ain't
think
that a
it is?
little kid show?
Yeah, it's
What's
like a.
anybody outside of a child doing playing some fucking SpongeBob, whatever the fuck it's called?
Well, I believe he plays that with his girlfriend right now. Is that fair to say?
Who? Ralph?
Yeah.
Well, probably. Hey, at least it's girls this time.
It was jail last time, I believe.
Well, no, I'm talking about back in the day. Let me tell you a little story. I'll tell you how. Y'all want to hear how old Ethan lost his virginity?
Tell us, Ronnie. We need to know.
All right. Well, when he was about 15 years old, he had a troubled childhood. Like I said, I wasn't around for too much of it. I was in and out of jail for some scams I got caught for, taking Social Security money from old women. But that's besides the point. One day, I go out back and I catch Ethan with the little neighbor boy with his pants down. Thank God it hadn't gone much further than the boy having his ass out. But I grabbed him by his fucking pig ear and drug him squealing into the house, beat the ever loving fucking piss out of him. And that night I drug him to the whorehouse, and I think that's how he got his taste for whores.
Now, I was hearing that he had a bully in his childhood that was, a little bit of a problematic part of his childhood. Would this be the same person?
Which one?
I guess multiple. I'd only heard about one.
You mean the whole fucking school?
Apparently.
Have you seen pictures of this kid when he was young?
Was he any smaller?
Oh, hell no. He was shorter, if it was hard to imagine. I swear to God, this kid looks nothing like me. I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody else's, that nasty whore's cousin or something.
So you're telling us that when he was younger, he had some homosexual proclivities.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that his relationship with Gator is potentially a homosexual one, or what's your general take on Gator?
Who's that one? I can barely bear to fucking watch anything having to do with him. I did see some rather rotund feller wearing some goofy fucking mask. Is that who you talking about?
Yeah, he was wearing the luchador fucking mask. You
Well,
know?
that boy's a homosexual, that's for sure.
Well, you know, you bring
That's
this
what
up.
they call
Faggot if
yeah,
I ever
sure.
seen one.
You got a good point. He's surrounded himself with quite a few number of flamboyant fellows. This Andy Worski character as well that he's surrounded himself with. He even paid for him to come and live nearby him in the same city, and paid for a vacation in a hotel room together.
Isn't that the one that I saw some video with some purple-haired queer?
Yes,
That
that's
would
the
be him,
one.
sir.
An obvious faggot.
Well,
Yeah,
so-
I'm sure they were sucking each other's cocks. Well,
Do you
if
think
the other
it's-
one could find it under that flap of meat.
It would be a meathead job at that point, trying to do a blow job. But do you think it's just, you know, some further explorations of his, you know, childhood tendencies that he never fully lived out?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know,
Hello?
yeah, we can hear you. You there?
Yeah.
All right, we can hear you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember one time he told me a few years back, "Oh, Daddy, look, I'm pulling a con just like you." And I said, "You stupid son of a bitch! I did that shit so you didn't have to." But he said, "No, Daddy, it's legal. I'm tricking these fucking idiots. They call themselves the alt-right. I'm tricking them into thinking I'm you know, one of their political allies, and you know, they're giving me all their money because they're stupid." And I went, "Well, all right, let me look into this," and saw what he was doing. It was just too disgraceful. I couldn't deal with it. I'd rather steal money from old women.
How do you see his future going in this?
But he absolutely hides it, because how would that look to his viewer base, or whatever the fuck you call it? Him being a cocksucking queer.
Well, I imagine it wouldn't look too good to be a cock-sucking queer, but I mean, it seems that he's self-evidently a cock-sucking queer, so the audience probably going to turn on him soon. Ronnie, have you seen his latest 18-year-old jailbait girlfriend?
I think I saw something like, I don't know, little cousin or something, who looked like a little kid. You got a picture of her you can put up?
Oh, we could definitely pull up a photo, I believe.
Yeah, let's get a photo on screen for Ronnie so that he can understand. Because apparently, her teeth. A lot of people think that her teeth have been worn down from crystal meth abuse.
Well, I'll be able to spot that.
You have a lot of
Let's
experience.
see here. Oh no, we're from West Memphis, Arkansas. Here's another fucking thing. This boy keeps talking about Tennessee. Look at those gums. God damn. It looks like a horse's mouth. That girl can't be a day over 14.
It's not looking good, is it?
She have fucking zippers in her ears?
Both of them, yes.
Yeah.
Is that so she can close her ears and not hear his screeching fucking voice? Ugh. That looks like a middle schooler. The hell's wrong with that boy? I swear to God.
Ronnie, how did he end up like this? Where do you think you went wrong?
Well, where I went wrong was that I wasn't around much. He's a mama's boy. He's a sissy. He always got bullied for being a fat little sissy, squealing like a pig, getting wedgies and getting stuffed in trash cans. I mean, it'd take 5 or 6 high schoolers to stuff this fat middle schooler into a trash can. But, you know, they managed.
Is that where he got his affinity for trash burgers from, by chance? Is that he never had lunch as a child and was constantly eating them out of the garbage cans he was shoved into?
Well, the boy would eat whatever he could get his hands on. But what's this about a trash burger?
Well, yeah, he's frequently trying to find various forms of food.
Well, obviously.
Dad,
sniffing around like a fucking truffle pig.
Can you pull up on screen him eating the burger from the trash? Do we have that clip in the archive?
I could probably pull that up pretty quickly.
Oh, God.
Because we need to show Ronnie what his son's doing, because I just imagine he's just so gluttonous, so ravenous with his appetite that he can no longer control himself. He's taking burgers his friends took bites out of, or homeless people.
Well, how the hell you think he got that size? The boy can't stop fucking eating.
Yeah, Ronnie, have you
Just
seen
shoveling fried food, McDonald's, KFC, Popeyes, whatever he can get his grubby little paws on, he'll eat. If he sees a half rotten fucking sandwich in the trash, he probably eat that too. It doesn't surprise me not one bit.
Have you seen the image that everybody online knows only as the Gunt, Ronnie?
Yeah, it's probably the most famous thing about him, I guess.
How did his flesh end up like that?
I think he chews on it in his sleep.
All right, here's the footage. Xander has it pulled up.
Yeah, this is someone else's re-edit of the edit, so it's
Is that the homosexual?
That would be one of the homosexuals.
The out of the closet one, I mean.
Yeah.
What's he got there? Some more food? Wait a minute. So you're telling me, is this before or after he ate the food out of the trash can?
Let's see.
He's walking over to Andy slowly,
See right there.
very
he
slowly.
picks it out. He picks it out of the trash.
He puts his hand in his pocket,
and he
you can see
fucking
him
eats
fishing
it.
around in his pocket. He picks the burger wrapper out of his pocket and puts it in his hand. He never bought that
He's
burger.
digging it out of his
Never
pocket?
bought it in the store.
He grabbed it out of the trash can, shoved it in his pocket to make it look like he bought it, and then pulled it out of his pocket to make it look like legit.
When Chris was eating.
Wait,
you see that?
Wait, hold on. Have you ever gone into a fucking
Over to Andy slowly, very
grocery
slowly.
store or a gas station and
puts
got
his
some
hand
food
in
and then stuffed it in your fucking pocket like some fat squirrel?
No, I
Can't say I have exactly.
He's hiding something, obviously.
I haven't even gone into a store and done that, let alone a trash can and done that.
I mean, zoom and enhance. Look at this. He takes it out of the trash. He sticks it right in his pocket. And then look, he pulls it out the pocket. And he takes a big fucking bite out of it. And it was in the trash. He was half eaten.
That's an
He was
old
half
fucking...
eaten.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. That's an old pickpockets move. You'll swipe something and tuck it in your pocket real quick and leave the scene of the crime, and then, so you can enjoy it later. I guess he must have done that. Because it looks like there's a witness around there. And he's so, full of shame and thin-skinned that if somebody saw him in the act, he would never be able to live it down.
Never. Never ever be able to live that fucking down, Ronnie. And I mean, as a father, how do you feel? How do you
It's
feel
disgusting.
seeing this?
Like I said, I've disowned him. Oh, Lord Almighty.
So I want to go back to Ralph's childhood, Ralph's childhood. How did he learn how to ride his bicycle? Did you teach him, or did he steal a bicycle to learn? Like, what happened?
Well, you heard of training wheels, right?
Right.
Well, we had to fashion them on the front wheel and the back, and add extra suspension to hold them up.
No, that can't be true.
Well, he had little kid bikes and his stubby little legs, so we had to get him bikes younger than his age, so they couldn't support the weight. And we kind of had to, rig it together to hold them up. Couple, zip ties here and there, and bungee cords, and an extra wide seat to get them to learn how to ride. Eventually, we saved up enough money to buy him one with a reinforced frame for him to learn how to ride on. But
100%
I guess he kept
Detroit
that one for a
steel.
while. Yeah, some drop forged steel reinforced with titanium or some shit. Some ridiculously expensive fucking bike to get this fat fuck riding around. So he could ride to the fucking corner store and get more food. For fuck's sake. Every time with this piece of shit. I'm so sick of this asshole.
Well, Mr. Ralph, what do you remember Ethan's first word? What was it, and how did it happen?
His first word was yum. And it was after his mother let him have a bite of fried chicken.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's exactly what I thought, Ronnie. What about, do you remember when Were you with Ethan when he had his first beer, or do you know the story of how he first started drinking? Because he's now a prolific alcoholic, as I'm sure you're aware.
Well, the first time he got, I guess, like a little tipsy or something. I had a couple of buddies over at the house from the neighborhood, and we're drinking beers. And at the end of the night, you leave beers with a little bit of beer in them at the bottom. Come to find out, this boy was going around drinking all the leftover beer uh, after everybody's been backwashing in it. And I know for a fact a couple of my buddies were spitting dip in it. So he drank them all, no matter what the flavor, what was in them, cigarette butt. And we find a little fucker rolling around in the grass, mumbling about some dumb shit. So we hose him down and put him to bed. Ever since then, he's always since he was little, always asked me, "Pappy, let me have a sip of your beer." Now get the hell out of here, you little glutton! No, you're too young, and I know if I give you the bottle, you'll drain the whole thing. He's like the mythological creature, the Charybdis. I don't know if you're familiar with mythology, but it's that creature in the ocean that just constantly fucking drains anything around it in, and it'll suck entire fucking ships in. It's a bottomless pit.
Oh shit, Ronnie, tell us about toilet training, Ethan. Did Ethan, was he a big boy? Was he able to learn how to use the toilet, or how long was he crapping his pants or wearing diapers?
Oh, I bet he still shits his pants. You seen those nubby little arms? You know he can't wipe right. How's he gonna waddle into the fucking bathroom and sit down in time? No, and with the food he eats and the amount that he drinks, he shits himself guaranteed still. Little poopy pants Ethan.
Well, how long
always been a little poopy pants. And he's a bedwetter.
How many times did he wet his pants in bed? How many times did he wet his bed?
Countless.
Countless times.
We had to cover the fucking mattress in plastic. I'll put it that way.
Jesus. Did he ever wear women's clothing at all, or like did he do any cross dressing, any weird shit?
Oh,
like that?
Now that you mention it, one time I caught him in our bedroom. You thought we weren't paying attention. I walk in the bedroom, and he's got my wife at the time's high heels on, and the bra on.
No,
yeah,
it's not true.
100%. I don't know how I managed to stuff those fat little hooves into those heels. But he was standing in front of the mirror with the bra on, cupping his fat little tits, going, ooh. And that's why I heard him, and I went in there. I said, "What the hell are you doing, boy?" And I took my belt off, and I beat the shit out of him. I tried to beat the gay out of the boy. I swear I did.
I mean, Ronnie, it sounds like you just didn't beat him hard enough. Like, how many times a week were you kicking his ass?
Well, you gotta realize there's a lot of padding around there. It must have been a workout just to beat his ass.
It must have not sunk in.
It really sounds like you did your best on this. I don't know how else you could have fixed this.
There's only so much a man can do. And like I said, my main form of income wasn't exactly... I wasn't exactly on the straight and narrow with everything, so it took until my wiser years before I could get away with all I did. So I wasn't around the whole time, but when I was, I tried to beat the fucking fag out of him.
There's some things you just can't fix. Stupid might just be one of them.
Yeah, I guess. Stupid and gay.
Damn right.
Well, Ronnie, do you think that God hates you? He granted you a son like Ethan Ralph. I mean, is this punishment from God? Did you go to church on Sundays with him regularly?
It's some sort of sick fucking punishment. I tried to repent for my sins, but I mean, if I wasn't going to hell for my actions as a young man, I'm going to hell just for putting this abomination on the earth.
Ronnie, it sounds really difficult. Are there any other particular stories from his childhood that you wanted to share with us at all?
Let's see.
Could you share any memories from your guys' first home that got foreclosed on? Are you disappointed that they left it in such a state of disrepair?
I had nothing to do with that. That place, that shithole over in Richmond. Yeah, that had nothing to do with me. That's after I kicked that bitch out and she took the kids.
What you're saying is you would have done something way better.
Unfortunately, I wasn't in the right state at the time. State of mind and right financial state to raise them kids, and I sure as hell didn't want to raise that little fat fuck Ethan. And the targeted one, I knew that the government was going to help with that and put them in a home or something, at least out of the house of that fat drunken whore. But they're just filthy people. I must say, every time food scattered on the table, on the floor, cockroaches, dirty laundry. I was the only one that took care of my body in any sense of the way. And I don't take the best care of myself. I smoke, I drink, but I don't look like that, for fuck's sake.
Now, Ralph declares himself as a hood rich person. Is this something you would be proud of, or a state of affair you achieved to try and be that you would be proud of, or is this disappointing for you to find out?
Well, that reminds me of something. The term hood rich sounds like something a nigger would say, and he's what do they call them? Wiggers, which is so goddamn disappointing. Always chasing around when he got older, at least chasing around the nigger broads in the town, trying to get involved in spook behaviors and listening to rap music and sagging his pants.
You let him listen to rap music?
Oh, I didn't. I'm telling you, it was that whore. When the last time I got out, I got myself a construction job. I worked long hours. I come back and I hear this boy bumping some bullshit. Nigger this, nigger that. I'll shoot you this, whore this. And I slapped the piss out of him. But there's only so many hours in the day that I had interactions with him. So, when you have an enabler like his mother, there's only so much you can do.
Well, did you try beating his mother?
I don't want to sound like a son of a bitch, but yeah.
She was disabled for 5 years after all, too, from 09 to 14.
I don't like hitting women. Listen, I don't like hitting women. But there's only so much you can do. When it comes to your seed, they're poisoning their minds and letting them do whatever the hell they want, letting them hang out with the niggers in the neighborhood, which is just unacceptable. Getting into spook shit, it's just not all right. Sometimes you got to put a bitch in check, give her one across the fucking face, and I mean, I'm sure that led to why things fell apart between us, besides her horrible parenting skills and her terrible fucking cooking. I mean, everything's just slathered in grease and lard.
I just wanted to point out, Ronnie, that the stream you're on right now has 927 viewers, and your son's is only at 695. How does it feel as a father to know that your son is losing to a fat, retarded Canadian?
Well, it ain't no surprise. I mean, are you a homosexual and a thief and a con man and a trickster? No, I didn't think so. That's why I agreed to come on this show. I won't go on that show.
Yeah. Now, we know that Ethan Ralph is well known for stealing his mother's medication. He likes to take those pills. Did you ever encounter him trying to steal any prescription medication from you guys, or snort pills or anything like this when he was a boy?
Well, one time I I hurt my back doing construction, and I was laid up for about a month. It was pretty awful. The doctors prescribed me some medication, and I noticed that I didn't have the prescribed amount in the bottle. And I find this little fat fuck passed out on the couch. So I go in his room, him and his brother's room, and I find it in his find a little stash of my medicine in the drawer. Of course, he got his ass whooped. He never did that again to me. But God knows what's going on with that enabler of a mother of his. I did hear, I mean, she's a fucking cunt, and she's a fat, disgusting slob, but she's his mother. I did hear the recording and the way that he talks to her and the shit that she's done for him to take care of that boy monetarily and keeping a roof over his head and greasy, sloppy food on his table. I mean, that's just beyond the fucking pale. Well, how I talk about her, how I treat her, that ain't my mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta ask you because your son seems pretty stupid. He went to school. Now, did you support his choice to go to university, or did you know it'd be a waste of money? Because he's gotten to a lot of student loan debt, and he says he's never paying it back. So, what are your thoughts on his student loan debt and the fact he went for a political science degree that he never finished?
Well, he didn't finish it just like he didn't finish his high school. Uh, but by that point, I wasn't really involved in his life. So he probably cooked up some fucking scheme and con with his mother to steal government money, which is always a bad idea because they always fucking collect. Don't steal money from the government. That's dumb.
Now, Ronnie, can you speak to an incident where Ethan Ralph was at an Arby's, and apparently I think it was 1994? He supposedly raped and murdered two young girls behind this Arby's. Do you know anything about that?
That boy doesn't have the fucking gumption to murder anybody. But I do remember something about him trying to molest a couple of little sisters or something. But they were nigglets, and they don't like getting involved with the law, so he just caught an ass whooping, and they let him go. But so yeah, I mean, I'm sure with the telephone game and all the stories expanded, and it wasn't an Arby's, it was a Popeyes.
Was it a Popeyes? So we've been wrong all these years about him molesting those two little black girls at the Arby's. It was actually behind the Popeyes.
Okay, yeah, it was the Popeyes, and he was trying to play grab ass with a couple of little girls, and of course the dad came out and beat the fucking piss out of them, and put them in the dumpster, and left them there to die. And they went on their way. Probably the little girls are probably still in therapy to this day over it. Could you imagine that this slob of a creature creeping around as you're trying to play fucking hopscotch or something with your sister and start trying to grab you? That's horrifying.
So, I mean, Ronnie, can you tell us, like, growing up, like, what did Ethan Ralph...
I just saw somebody say he ate his way out. That's probably right.
I imagine that's the case. Was there any programs that he was watching on television, or like, what the fuck? What was the influence on him that's caused him to be this fucked up? Can you trace it back to anything in particular?
Oh, I don't know. We only had one TV in the house, and by the time I got home, it was just the wife on there watching fucking Maury or whatever the fuck. So I didn't really see that, but he listened to the radio a lot, and like
I did
said,
hear that his mother might be partially Jewish as well. Is there any contribution that could have on his behavior?
What? That she's a cock?
Oh yeah, that's what I've been hearing, and I was just kind of curious as to what you thought about that.
Don't fucking tell me. Did they get some sort of DNA test, and this has been found out? Because I sure as hell didn't know about. Please don't tell me that. Please, go, dear God, Lord, please.
Well, Ronnie, the DNA results are in. And it turns out
Oh, that got
she
it.
was 80.
That got
you
it.
have-
That got it taken down. I think that I just saw it on Dlive just start buffering on my side.
What's going on now?
It stopped loading on my screen for Dlive.
Well, what are the people saying?
Nope, wait.
They're saying you got it.
It looks okay. Weird. Okay, never mind.
Oh no, it's still
Dlive
working.
just being shitty.
Well, from what I heard from you before, it's run by a bunch of fucking disgusting, greasy Turks in fucking slant-eyed gooks.
Yes, absolutely. Just like
well,
his
no
mother.
shit. Has a fucking Turka roach ever built something that's worth a damn? I don't fucking think so. What's his goddamn website made out of a fucking sand hut?
Well, Ronnie, did you ever take Ethan to McDonald's or Burger King? Which fast food joint was his favorite?
The greasiest one. The fried chicken. He always loved fried chicken. Gravy, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, just a bucket of fucking chicken. Man, I'm just picturing him sitting there with with his little hoof wrapped around a drumstick, just chowing down on it. Ugh, disgusting.
Did he ever drink the gravy though?
Oh yes. One time he asked for a straw and I slapped him upside his head.
What a piece!
But I seen him trying to scoop it in his mouth with a spoon. It's just foul. Like I said, how the hell you think he got in this state?
Fuck me. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. The more you tell us, the more fucked up it gets.
Why do you think I faked my death? I can't live with this shame. I only had two options by that point: either kill myself or fake my death. So I still want to live. I just don't want to live with that shit hanging over my head.
Sounds like the honorable way out to me.
I knew nobody was gonna call me for a fucking month, so I found a worthless bum, and he was already halfway dead. Anyways, put him on a couch and handed him as much beer and booze as he could find, let him drink himself to death, and I fucking skipped out the back. And by the time anyone found him, he had melted. And that was that. They just took it for what it's worth. And then the son of a bitch, this fucking cocksucker memorializes me. He memorializes me in ponchos. This disgusting fucking spick shithole. He just couldn't resist stuffing a fucking burrito down his throat. Always some phallic fucking object he's slithering down his throat. Like the fag he is. Goddamn fucking ponchos. I ain't never been there in my fucking life. A shithole spick restaurant in town. The only one. God damn it. What a goddamn disgrace. Even in my death, he disrespects me.
I heard it wasn't even the best Mexican restaurant in the town.
It's the only fucking Mexican restaurant in town. I mean, unless
still
he wanted
not
to
the
take me
best?
across the fucking river to Memphis, Tennessee. Little fucking Arkansas boy trying to pretend he's from Tennessee. He's so goddamn ashamed he can't even say where he's from.
Can you tell us a little bit about the town where he's originally from? What it's like, what the people there are like?
Yeah, it's just a small podunk town. Just across the river from Memphis proper, rural, poor. There ain't much to it. We got a little nigger areas, and there's a couple spicks, but it's not like the fucking city. It's just full of them. Terrible. It felt safer there, I wouldn't fucking live in Memphis, Tennessee. Jesus.
I've heard that Jerry Lawler has actually banned Ethan Ralph from from going to Memphis ever again. Have you heard that?
Who's this now?
Jerry the King Lawler, the wrestler, the King from Memphis.
Oh, well,
Like, he's
who knows?
a wrestling fan, you know.
He did. He did love that shit as a kid. I remember one time he was begging me to buy him one of them fucking wrestling belts, and I said, "Boy, how in the hell do you think you're gonna wrap that around your waist?" And he started crying, and he ran to his mama, and she fucking got him one for Christmas. But that's besides the point. So something about Jerry Lawler banned him. They had to break his fucking large-filled heart.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler banned him from the city of Memphis. He issued a royal proclamation.
What, he put a hit out on him? He probably.
Yeah.
When was this?
Have you ever heard of the Insane Clown Posse?
Well, no, you'll have to describe it to me.
Can you, Xander, can you pull up on screen for old Ronnie, the member of the Insane Clown Posse, Shaggy Two Dopes, letting Ethan Ralph know that he was a child molester and he was going to be killed? This man's a rapper. He's a rap artist, and he dresses up like a clown.
I am working on grabbing it. Let's see. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's a nigger.
Also, can we just point out the fact that Ralph, while having his lovely child bride on the right, still is simping completely over on some thought, as usual. What
a sick man.
What a great person.
How old's that girl? Y'all never told me.
Which one?
The one that he's cradle robbing.
Well, it's supposedly 18 years old.
Oh. Just like the pussy he is, he won't even break the law for love.
All right, I got the ICP video right here. Let me pull it up.
All right, so what are we watching now?
Ethan.
Some nigger with face paint on like a clown?
Yeah, this is, he's calling out your son.
You pathetic fuckface, you.
Hold on, I gotta unmute the
Shaggy
screen.
Tudo from Insane Clown Posse, and we don't like motherfuckers like you, Ethan. Like I said, you piece of fuck. You despicable motherfucker, you.
Is that a Mexican?
So you preying on fucking
I think
little
he's
high
black.
school girls with mental issues? Cause you think it makes you look cool?
What in the hell are these niggas doing these
Don't
days?
make you look cool, man. It makes you look like exactly what you are. A pathetic.
Wait, she's got mental issues?
Pedophile. You fucking low life.
Ah, she cuts her wrists.
Little kid.
Hold on a second. What?
Shit. Hey man, listen.
She cuts her wrists.
What,
And
what kind of mental issues? Is she retarded?
Come holler at my kids.
Well, she's apparently severely depressed.
About the same mental intelligence as Ralph, probably.
So she's retarded.
Come on, I invite you, tech guy. We'll see what happens.
Jesus Christ. Where'd he pick this one
In
up?
your mid-30s. Come on, man.
The Boy and Girls Club?
Fucking, you should be in prison. Ashamed of yourself in prison. I hope one of those fucking high school girls' fathers find out or something like shit and grab you by your fucking pedophile head and pop it like the bitch-ass grape it is. You hear me?
How in the hell this guy find out about him?
You lucky that I ain't trying to catch a case.
This guy does
man.
not like him too much at all.
Put this shit all over the place.
Now, do you know that
Put the
this
green
man
light
is
on
actually
your
the
ass,
leader
you
of a
understand?
gang of thousands
Leave
of
the
people
fucking
that
high school girls alone,
kill
you
motherfuckers who are
fucking
child
piece of shit.
molesters?
Should
They
get
use
you a
hatchets
fucking
and
piece of
medieval
trashy
weapons
ass
and axes and
bitch.
shit.
Oh,
He's like,
shit.
"Who are you, piece of
Yeah, they're
trash?"
because he's put the green light on him.
Whatever,
You know,
man.
you know that
Motherfuckers
you
like
put the
you
green
need to
light
be
on somebody in
castrated
prison, you fucking
chemically,
kill them on sight.
slowly.
Yeah.
So all these
Serrated fucking
clown-faced
blade
gangsters
with a
are
butter
coming
knife.
to kill your son.
Motherfucker, you.
He's finally gonna get
You're
his
gonna get yours,
comeuppance
though,
for all
man.
those depraved actions
Karma's a
he's
motherfucker,
done on
man.
those
There's
young
somebody
children.
behind you in prison, ass fucking you
Well,
in the shower,
I can't say
bleeding all over the place.
I
And
can't
you'd
say
be
I'm
like,
sorry about that.
maybe I shouldn't have been a fucking pedophile piece of.
He's my son and all, but sometimes you get what you deserve.
Well, that's it's a very fitting Have you heard of Chris Hansen at all?
What, the diddler catcher?
Yeah, the diddler catcher. Have you heard that he's on the trail of your son?
Oh, really? He is.
Yeah, he's made a video. If we can get
Oh,
it up on
man.
Commander, we can show him that Chris Hansen is actually
The walls are
going.
closing in on them, aren't they?
I can pull that one up too. I got that. Give me just a sec. Here we go.
As you can see on screen, we have the Tard, the homosexual Andy Worski, and the cancer patient. They're doing their show to 700 viewers.
I was about to ask who that drug addict was. Oh, here's the diddler catcher.
Why is this so low in audio?
It's just I don't know. You have to fucking boost it.
I'm boosting it by 8.
Is old Crook still around?
That's weird.
That's right.
I'm out of boost on my side, and it's not coming through.
I can't hear this guy.
Well, it's actually not putting out any sound.
Well, I'll take your word on it. Oh, look at there. Ethan Rao, take a seat. Well, boy.
He tells him.
Well. Yeah, I can't hear this goofy bastard for shit.
Well, Ronnie, do you got any more stories for us about Ethan?
Well, let's
Maybe.
see here. Well, you ask me. Maybe if something will come up.
Well, did you ever take your boy Ethan fishing at all?
I did. I took Ethan and Evan out. I'll let you take a guess who was a better fisherman.
Well, I imagine Evan was the better fisherman, even though he's retarded.
He's got floppy limbs and all. He was more of a man about it. Ethan got poked, not even skewered properly with a hook, and started squealing like a little sissy boy he is. And just sat there pouty and crying while, I spent the rest of the day fishing with Evan. We made him we told him to go in the mud and look for night crawlers. Use that pig snap for good, try to sniff him out, but just to get him out of our hair,
Was he fucking useless as that as well, or did he manage to sniff out some earth quality?
Of course he was. He found one, and then he touched it. He went, "Ooh, it's slimy. Peppy, it's slimy." And I said, "No shit, you stupid son of a bitch. Grab the motherfucker and bring him over here." He goes, "Oh, I can't."
Now, what do you think of
I
his...
knew I should have kicked your fucking ass more as a kid, you fucking sissy.
Now, how do you think all this lines up with the fact that he was once trying to supposedly uncover a pedophilic ring, and all he ended up doing was dispersing and ruining an investigation that was ongoing while reviewing 36 gigs of CP?
I can already tell you. I'm sure he was just narking on his fellow buddies.
I do think I might have a clip
like
of that
a rat.
as well. That
He's
I might
a
be able to
little
pull up.
rat. He likes to rat people out, so he'll rat on anybody to save his own skin. I wouldn't be surprised if he was part of it, and tried to quote unquote expose them, make himself out to be some sort of hero, when really he was, part of the crew. This is how he does.
Did you ever try to teach Ethan Ralph to shoot a gun?
Oh, he wouldn't get near him.
Really?
Yeah.
He was scared of them like a bitch.
I tried to show him how to sharpen a blade one time, and he was terrified of that, hands all shaking. I had to take it from him before he fucking cut himself. Can't even sharpen a goddamn buck knife.
Should I show the clip of Ralph and Ethan editing CP live on YouTube stream? It's a short one.
Hell no, I don't want to see that.
It's a minute and a half. It's censored because they edited it live on stream.
Don't show me that shit.
Well, your son was looking at it. I think you should be forced to face the fact that your son was looking at child porn.
Christ.
You know, I gotta do it this way.
So we're not gonna actually see nothing, right?
No.
All right. Well, if we're not, all right. I thought you were
I'm gonna
saying
open up
there's a video of them
my screen share for you.
trying to doctor some
And
images.
All right, here we go.
Show the audience yet.
With the
And you can
unedited
tell me if
images or
these are-
something like that. And I'm like, listen, boys, I don't think you should have this.
Do you think this would be allowed to be shown?
If it's just up and about on random fucking
let me
websites.
see. Let me look. I don't know. It looks. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a couple of pages that are.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would.
Oh God.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna. Is there a way to crop? Here, I know what I'll do.
What?
I'll take my snipping tool and just snip out this. Okay. Now.
What the holy fuck?
Oh boy. Okay, so that I could show, right?
What?
Let me look. Yeah, you could show that.
Yeah.
And they're
so I
doing this
snipped out
live
the
on
middle
air?
of this picture and
Live on the air for everyone
let's
to see
go
in the
back
world.
To this scene here. So that's what happens
Why
when
haven't
you
they
open the
been
thing.
lynched?
You know, obviously, like the picture was much bigger and.
Well, I
there's
don't know.
girls
I
and,
guess the
like,
world is a
thongs
soft,
and stuff, and
pussified
it's
place.
It's just fucking disgusting.
Tough.
How do
and
you
that was
squirm his
part
way out of
the
this
group
one?
Where you can message them and.
He just said it didn't happen, even though there's proof that it happened. He just said it wasn't true. He yelled, "It's not true! It's not true!" over and over again.
Well, that sounds familiar. Ethan, did you eat the goddamn last chicken wing? No, it's not true. It's not true.
Ronnie, how was Christmas in the household? Did you ever have any interesting stories about Christmas dinner with Ethan or getting him presents? What was Christmas like
Well,
in the Ralph?
you know, we weren't the wealthiest of people. So we tried to get him toys. He was always ungrateful. One time he threw a fit because I got him a Lego set. I figured, that's more of a boy's toy. He can learn how to build something with his hands. And, he'll have to figure out how to put it together. So he'll have to use his slow little brain there, too. And he threw a fit because he was talking about some fucking, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't even want to say it. Some other toy that he wanted that was a little less boyish. All right, well, fuck it. I'll just go out and say it. Those Barbie dolls and the little car that they used to have that the Barbie would go in. He wanted that. I said, hell fucking no. You'll get that. You won't get that over my dead body. So I got him Legos, and he throws the fit, and he's crying, he's rolling around, and he pisses himself on Christmas fucking morning, right there in front of the tree, in front of the little statues of baby Jesus in the manger and all. Just pathetic. Embarrassing. Pissed himself in his Christmas onesie. I mean, and it was all a mess and stunk the whole fucking place up. It was bad. And it's not like we lived in the biggest house, so it stunk the whole fucking living room up with his piss. His brother doesn't even have full function of his limbs, and he wouldn't piss himself like that.
Ronnie, I mean, this is your son. I mean, you're going pretty hard. I mean,
I'm sick of his shit. I've had to deal with this fucking asshole my whole life. You guys have dealt with him for what, like 1 or 2 years, and you can't stand the fucking piece of shit. Imagine what I've had to go through. 34 fucking years with this asshole. This last year's been the greatest of my life. Yeah. Finally, I'm free.
Now, what would you say if I had some recordings of Ethan Ralph's dad over here admitting to being in love with the cock as well, maybe having some genetic predisposition over here? I could pull this clip up real fast, and I think it'd be some pretty concrete evidence.
Hey now, I do not. What is this? Some sort of gotcha bullshit? I thought y'all motherfuckers were gonna play me straight.
I got the clip. I just gotta play it. We're just gonna listen to this right here.
I am in love with the cock.
And I think it speaks for itself pretty well right there. But we can go ahead and listen again.
Hold on, it's still catching up.
I am in love
What's this
with
damning
the
evidence?
cock.
What? Where in the hell you find that?
Look, we got our sources when we're doing our preliminary due diligence on our interviews, and we're just kind of wondering now if maybe there's some genetic precursors over here, as you said that there
fucking
was no
son of a
funny business
bitch.
going on, but we're seeing some repeating patterns now.
You fucking son of a bitch. You said you were going to do me straight. What's this?
Look,
this is a fucking betrayal. Is this some sort of ploy? Y'all been playing this whole fucking time, goddammit. That clip's out of context, for fuck's sake.
I don't know what context you would be saying that you love the cock in, though.
I'll say that about somebody else, for fuck's sake.
You love someone else's cock?
No! I was saying that they said that.
Well, it doesn't sound like it to me.
I'll probably talk about Ethan.
It sounds to me like father, like son, Ronnie.
You sons of bitches.
Did you visit the glory hole in the Richmond KFC bathroom?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It was probably you.
Are you saying it's not true?
It's not true. Matter of fact, it was probably you. You son of a bitch. This is despicable. I can't believe this shit. Backstabbing sons of bitches, cocksucking motherfuckers.
Well, Ronnie, I think we're doing you pretty straight here. It seems like
eat a fucking cock, you cocksucking motherfucker.
Stuff is you. The only one doing any funny stuff is you there, Ronnie.
No, I ain't.
Glory
You're
hole.
doing the funny stuff. It's you. You son of a bitch. Fuck you. I'm out of here, you cocksuckers. Backstab me like that. Fuck off.
We'll see you there, Ronnie.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
Go on, Xander. He's
I've been sitting in that
Well,
clip for a while. It was a question that needed to be addressed and asked. I think we see some repeating patterns between father and son. Some, potential child abuse in his past over there that might explain his tendencies of today.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Xander, do we have anything else for this stream? Is there anything else you want to show them, or should we call it here?
I think we should call it here. I think we had a pretty good run. We got a lot of stuff covered. I think if we need to, we can always come back and review some of the finer details of this, but
yeah,
I'm satisfied.
No, I think that's it for the show tonight, chat. We appreciate you riding with us the whole way. Hopefully you had a fun time tonight. We had some exclusives with Dingo. We went over some footage of Ethan Ralph. And, of course, we had his father, Ronnie Ralph, on. I thought it was a great show, and we beat Ethan all the way through. We even beat Andy's show. So have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Are we off the air?
Emotions